Montana, it was in the toss-up category as far as the Senate for the Fox Power rankings. And it is out of that category now. That is, of course, Democratic Senator John Tester, who has represented Montana for almost 2 decades. He is one of the last rural Democrats. It's been increasingly a Trump state. Trump won that state by 16 points in 2020. So he's got Tester has an opponent that is a former Navy SEAL. He's a businessman. It's a better pickup opportunity for the GOP than Ohio, where the Republican candidate there has kind of made some missteps on the campaign trail. So like I said, this is where we stand 6 weeks out.
All right. Very interesting. And, I think about it, even in New York, we've had early voting forever when it comes to absentee ballots.
Yeah.
So that'll get started pretty early. I don't know what the numbers are on that. But and then late in October, we do early voting in person. So and then November 5th is Election Day. It's all coming so soon, and it almost seems like it's been going on forever, Tanya. It does. Think about everything that's happened in the presidential race. I mean, it's just crazy.
Yeah.
Crazy world. All right. Great stuff. Thank you, Tanya. Jade Powers, have a wonderful day.
Thanks.
Tanya Powers. Let me break and we'll come right back here. A little rain out there today. Then we look to make things a little on the better side. And we go to the low 70s, low to mid 70s through the weekend. 75 on Monday with sunshine. So there might be a little bit of rain over the weekend. For the most part, things looking pretty good for this beautiful, what looks like is going to be a beautiful fall weekend. And Andrew, where you're going, is it expected to be sunny?
Eventually.
Yeah. Okay.
But it's, again, this is more of a business
work
trip.
Right. You're not going to have any fun.
No fun. Zero. Not going to allow it.
No fun here.
Arriving tonight, leaving Sunday.
As long as we're on this before I break, you're on which airline?
Allegiant.
Oh yeah. Not JetBlue. Listen to this that happened on JetBlue.
I was on JetBlue last weekend.
A video of 2 JetBlue passengers arguing. Were you one of them? About a stolen charger has gone viral on social media.
Boy.
It happened though. This happened like a year ago. But now it's huge on social media. The guy it belonged to just posted the footage. He claims their flight got delayed and the pilot let everyone go back to the terminal for a while, so he left it plugged in at his seat. Or I guess it is he did. She now claims the charger wasn't plugged in and she found it on the ground after they were told to take everything with them. She says she even tried to give it to a flight attendant, but they wouldn't take it.
Oh, boy.
And so the question is, did this JetBlue passenger, I'll let you be the judge because you're going to be flying, did this JetBlue passenger go over the top in regards to their stolen charger? Here we go.
Excuse me, did you take my charger?
Yeah.
Why would you take my charger?
Because we got off the flight.
Yeah, but my charger, that's my charger. Why would you take
You're
it?
going to get it back. Give me one
But why would you take it, though, without permission?
Give me 1 second.
Yeah, but don't steal things.
Is it stealing?
Yes, that is stealing. Absolutely.
Is it stealing?
Absolutely. Yes, it's stealing. You're giving it back because I caught you, and everybody else saw you. That's why. Everybody else said you took it. Well, you can't afford a charger?
Do you feel sound a little Jersey or Long Island in his voice?
Yeah. Oh, yes, I do.
Yep. Overboard?
Yeah, but it is
first
stealing.
of all, what's she doing?
Stealing.
Right. Yeah. I would be angry too.
Right.
What is she doing?
I love her, the gall. So she's like, well, yeah, it's yours, but I'm going to give it back to you.
Do you have my charger? Mine's white with a white cord. You have one that's white with a white cord. Now, I've seen this before where someone accused someone of stealing something.
Well, it's mine.
And then the guy is like, and we were traveling too. I forgot where this happened. The guy was like, well, everybody has one with a white little box thing and a white cord. This is mine. No, that is mine. I can tell that's mine. There's a mark right there. Grab that from him. Grab that from him. There's a mark right on the corner. I can identify the mark. So it turned out the charger was somewhere. I don't know if it was a charger.
Then they say,
whatever it was.
I found it. I'm sorry.
I found it. I'm sorry. You're good. Okay, back to my
you're
being
good.
a BITC something
Piece
else.
of garbage.
Yeah. I mean, sometimes you got to be like, I guess it's not worth the fight.
Nope. No, it's not.
It's not worth the fight. I do have to break. Andrew, you believe that? Yeah. And I got a whole bunch more to get to. Coming right up, stand by. It's Thursday morning at WIBX.
The Stanley Theater proudly presents An Evening with Lone Star.
Every little thing that you do, baby, I'm amazed by you.
Over the course of their 30-plus years together, Lone Star has scored 10 number-one country singles, and now they're bringing their impactful collection of songs to the Stanley Theater. Come see Lone Star performing live at the Stanley Theater in Utica on Saturday, October 5th at 7:30 p.m. For more information and for tickets, visit thestanley.org.
Need new tires? Nokian Tires is celebrating 90 years of legendary Hakkapeliitta winter tires with a consumer rebate. Now through October 31st. When you buy 4 select winter, all-season, and all-weather tires, you can save up to $80 by mail on a MasterCard prepaid card. Offer expires October 31st, 2024. Experience the thrill of savings on every mile at Tallman's Tire and Auto Repair. Visit their stores and meet their team of experts, or schedule your appointment online at tallmanstire.com.
Is your business women-owned, been operating for more than a year, and located in Herkimer or Oneida County? Would you like to help your business grow? The Women's Fund of Herkimer and Oneida Counties is offering $5,000 grants to women-owned businesses in the area. The deadline to apply is Monday, September 30th, so why wait? Apply now at womensfundhoc.org. The Women's Fund of Herkimer and Oneida Counties, empowering women and girls, helping communities thrive for more than 25 years.
Right now at Mattress Express, buy almost any king or queen set in the store and get a free adjustable base upgrade. Everybody loves a free adjustable base. And take up to 5 years to pay for anything in the store with no money down for qualified buyers. See store for details.
Everybody thinks when you buy new windows, you just rip the old one out, stick the new one in, and voila, you're done. Nope, not the case at all. Scott and Jill here from New York Sash.
The truth is, over 50% of the time, the window frame that you pulled that old window out of has all kinds of problems, and it needs to be repaired at a minimum, and a lot of times, completely replaced.
If you just stick a beautiful new window in an old, messed up frame, you're asking for problems.
And guess what? Most of the companies just use the old rip and stick method. It's easier, faster, and yep, cheaper.
At New York Sash, we carefully inspect the frame for rot, bug damage, messed up trim, and fix it or replace it.
Hey, do it right or don't do it at all.
Call New York Sash now and get 15% off windows, doors, or bathrooms. 315-624-7344 or online at newyorksash.com. That's newyorksash.com.
Warning, the following ZipRecruiter radio spot you are about to hear is going to be filled with F words.
When you're hiring, we at ZipRecruiter know you can feel frustrated. And you can spend a fortune trying to find fabulous people, only to get flooded with candidates who are just fine. Fortunately, ZipRecruiter figured out how to fix all of that. We find the right people for your roles fast, which is our absolute favorite F word. Just go to ZipRecruiter.com/radio to try ZipRecruiter for free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/radio.
Time is of the essence with COVID-19. Prescription oral treatment must be taken within the first 5 days of symptoms. If you have a high risk factor, ask your doctor if treatment is right for you. Learn more at treatcovid19.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
This is actual footage of Bill Keeler doing a radio show on WIBX. Sadly, his career was found in a heavily wooded area. If you know the person or persons who ended the radio career of Bill Keeler, please tell them thanks on behalf of the people of Central New York.
WIBX. This is Keeler. WIBX 950 and 92.3 FM. Now back to the Keeler Show.
Excuse me, did you take my charger?
Yeah.
Why would you take my charger?
Because we got off the flight.
Yeah, but my charger, that's my charger. Why would you take
You're
it?
gonna get it back. Give me one.
But why would you take it though, without permission?
Give me 1 second.
Yeah, but don't steal things.
Is it stealing?
Yes, that is stealing. Absolutely.
Is it stealing?
Absolutely. Yes, it's stealing. You're giving it back because I caught you, and everybody else saw you.
Yes,
That's
it is
why.
stealing.
Everybody else said you took it. Well, you can't afford a charger?
Meanwhile, his wife is like falling deeper and deeper into the seat. Like, I do not know this man.
She ran to the
Burger
King to get some food.
Freaking Charger. Will you just sit down?
I love it. Yes, it is stealing. Yes, it is.
You stole my Charger. You stole my Charger.
Wait, I took it and it doesn't belong to me and I'm using it. Is that stealing?
You know, Mom, I always said even a cookie could be stealing and thievery. So doesn't matter the value of the item. It's the act. It's the act that you've just gotten caught in the middle of.
What a bunch of dingbats.
You piece of garbage.
What a bunch of dingbats.
What else do I have? There's a lot of news out there today. I've been finding all these crazy stories. Like I get stuck on them because it's like 3:00 in the morning and I'm like not able to sleep. So I'm pulling stories.
Oh yeah.
I've got a ton of stories. How to make mashed potatoes better. I mean, some of the garbage stories that are in your news feed every single day.
The yogurt?
I forgot what they put in. A lot of butter.
Oh, yeah.
Sometimes a little cream cheese. That's really good.
Yummy.
What else do we have here? This is kind of interesting. Josh Allen clearing the air on a perceived shot that he took the other night during a press conference at Stefan Diggs. And you know that the Bills play Houston in 2 weeks.
Ooh, I love that.
That's going to be much anticipated.
Yeah, right after this Sunday, after the Ravens.
Yeah. So anyway, after the Bills win, Josh Allen was doing a press conference, and here's what he said. It's a fun and wonderful thing when you get a bunch of guys that don't care about the stats. They don't care about the touchdowns. They just care about winning.
Yeah, that could be interpreted as a direct hit.
Well,
direct
now
shot.
everybody's all over it saying Josh Allen is taking a shot at Stefan Diggs. You remember like the shot that Stefan Diggs took at him?
Oh, yeah.
When a fan, just a fan with very few followers, said that it doesn't matter who he has for a receiver, Josh Allen will succeed no matter who is there. And Diggs out of nowhere just steps in and is like, "Really? You think so? You think he's going to succeed without me?
You know what?
Ain't going to happen."
What's with the outrage if Josh Allen? So what if Josh Allen did do a
Anyway,
little dig at Diggs? Like, who cares?
Allen stepped up and said, "I know there are a lot of people talking out there. I'm not trying to tear down anybody. I've loved everybody that I've played with. I love 14, talking about Diggs. I still do. But everyone wants to keep making this thing a thing. This thing a thing. We're so focused on what's going on inside our building. That's the only thing we're caring about right now."
Everybody's talking at me.
End quote, Josh Allen.
I don't hear a word they say.
So I guess you can take a dig at somebody and then you're like, I didn't mean it. You're taking it wrong. I did not mean that. I did not mean that. Anthony Brindisi, there's a name from the past.
Yes.
He was in Washington yesterday.
Ooh.
Did you see any of this?
I did not.
Boy, that Ted Cruz is such an a-hole.
He's it's something to do with Brindisi?
He got grilled pretty good.
Yeah, he did. He got grilled. Of all the federal, he's going to be a federal judge.
Oh, so
I'm assuming it'll be to take Hurd's position, right?
Yes.
Is that what this is for?
Yep.
Oh, this was his confirmation hearing.
This is the one. This is the one that Biden nominated.
This
him
is
for.
the confirmation hearing, and Anthony Brindisi faced a huge attack from a handful of Republicans: Mike Lee, Marsha Blackburn, John Kennedy, Lindsey Graham. But Lindsey Graham seems to always come around and be like, all right, well, we had our fun, and now I'm just going to vote for you. Right? But Ted Cruz is holier than thou.
So what happened? Do we have video footage of this here? Or what?
I don't have audio. I'm sorry. But it was bad. You say, Davey, you saw some of this?
I saw some of it.
It was bad, wasn't it?
Yeah, Cruz grilled him real good. Even though he's a former congressman, he still grilled him because I guess it was some votes that Anthony.
Well, it is one of the things that he was a co-sponsor on the Equality Act, which was a House bill that ultimately ended up passing. And there were 3 or 4 Republicans who actually voted yes on this. But Cruz was like, what this means, they'll always take the most extreme situation. Both sides do this with any legislation. You're seeing it with abortion, right? You're gonna destroy the woman. Everybody takes that far extreme possible thing that might never even happen or maybe doesn't even happen. But in this case, He said a man, born a man, could walk in front of your daughter and strip down naked in front of her, and we couldn't do anything about it. And you voted for this. How do you justify that? And Brindisi went to answer, and then Cruz came in and cut him off. I would have been like, how do you justify allowing Trump to speak that way about your wife? That's what I would say.
I love how some of these headlines are supposed to be, fair and impartial places. That are like Bloomberg Law News, ex-congressman judicial pick stumbles on free speech question.
Right. Depending on right who you're looking at. But here, the Syracuse.com headline: Republican senators grill Anthony Brindisi in hearing for federal judges post. I think that's a fair headline. That's exactly what happened. Now, whether or not Brindisi faltered, my guess is he wasn't given an opportunity to really talk. Have you ever been a witness on a witness stand?
I have not been. No.
I have.
I luckily have never been in that position.
And let me tell you, the other attorneys, and that's really what happens in these cases. You get somebody like Ted Cruz, who's a constitutional scholar, and they don't allow you to answer. You go to answer, they're like, I don't want to hear your answer.
Yeah.
Well, why'd you ask me that?
You be quiet. What?
I'm grandstanding here.
You shut your mouth when you're talking to me.
Shut it up. Anyway, it's likely that Democrats actually have the majority on this committee, the majority when it comes to confirmation, and it's expected that Brindisi will be confirmed. He will be a federal judge.
A lot of these hearings, you got a Republican appointed.
Doesn't matter which party
judge.
Right?
You got the Democrats that'll
Yeah.
be up there grandstanding, and same with what happened yesterday to Brindisi.
You saw the Supreme Court.
You almost have to be.
you
You have to be
with-
part of it.
yeah.
You have to just be, ready for it.
Aren't you really a pig? Answer the question. No, don't answer. I'm not going to.
Do you know QAnon, John?
That's right. We do. And he has some big
He's
predictions.
saying, "Be ready.
Be
ready for the big surprise."
The big surprise is coming. Cruz, the last of the Republicans to question Brindisi, began by asking, Judge Brindisi, should biological men be able to expose themselves to unwilling women, including underage girls? And his morning.
Hey guys.
I don't want to hear it from you, Wayne. Don't you ever ask any more questions.
You, right?
Enough of you. Enough of you.
How about this? Yesterday, I'm on the thruway, and I'm just going over because I make my bets on Wednesday for the weekend,
Oh,
and
you drive out for that.
I'm going along, right? I see this white Honda, and I'm looking, and it's all over the road. It's left, it's right, it's left. I figure maybe it's arranging something around the cell phone.
It's two people. It's two people making love.
Right? Yeah. Well, guess what?
In a white SUV.
They're all over the road. They're
So
all
this
over the
really
road,
did.
So
this really did happen to you? I seen it on Facebook.
Oh yeah. And I get myself around this person, figuring if I get by him, I ain't gotta bother with even seeing this crap. So I get by them, and I'm about, I don't know, maybe about a half a mile ahead of them, and I'm at the light to go on to 365 and turn towards the casino. And I look in the mirror, and I see them now coming along, zigzagging, but then take the ultimate right. They take the ultimate right to go to Rome, but at the last minute, I see them coming back left. I was like, you got to be kidding me, and they're coming fast.
So they don't know where they're
Boom,
going.
right into
They
the
don't know
back
what's
of me.
happening.
Wait,
They ran into the back of you?
Smashed right dead into the back of me. And you know what I almost did is I was going to drive to the side, and I said, you know what? They're going to stop. They didn't stop. They smashed right dead into the back of my truck.
And
it
took
was
off.
a loner. It was no.
Oh.
They were sleeping.
Oh.
I
So
get
they
out of
weren't
the
drunk.
car and I looked. She's sleeping. She was sleeping. So I yelled.
Wait a minute. She's sleeping after she hits you?
Yes.
Well,
Wild.
then she's
that's drugs.
She's got to be high on drugs or something.
Yeah, well, listen, she was. I'll make the story really quick and short for you.
She was making love in her mind.
Look, I jump out and I said, you know what? I tried to avoid you. I got away from you, and you still hit me, I said. And she looked at me and she said, I'm so sorry. And when I realized it was a woman, she was like a 40-year-old girl, and I realized it was her, or a girl, so I was nice. I was calm.
Yes. Apparently, I was told
said,
you don't call them girls anymore, just for the record. Yeah. I didn't know that one.
And so
but I do now.
She's kind of upset and everything, and she's apologizing, and I said, listen, stuff happens. I said, and she was crying.
How
so
bad's the damage?
I gave her a hug.
You gave her a hug?
You hugged her with your injured neck?
Wayne,
you did this all wrong.
It's a 2024 Jeep Compass.
Mm.
And she smashed into the back of me with this low-riding, probably 97 Honda.
Oh, my God.
So
Wayne, you did it all wrong.
So-
you got to
so-
get out. My neck.
Yeah,
and then you
that's
got to
right.
call,
That's right.
Habaika.
My neck's already messed up, so I haven't got to do that.
I just can't believe you gave her a hug. This
Yeah.
day and age, that could get you sued.
Yeah.
She was crying.
He stopped his vehicle, and I crashed into him, and then he hugged me.
I would not. He hugged me. It was a way to intimidate me.
It was a long embrace.
Yes. Mr. Epstein and his
He
little
sexually
Honda
attacked me.
Jeep vehicle.
So here's what happened.
Yeah, I wouldn't.
I said to her, it was your fault. I said, what were you? Are you drunk, high, or were you sleeping? She said, I was sleeping. I fell asleep 3 times. She goes, I was in an accident 2 hours ago on my way back from New York City, and I got into the same type of an accident. So she had already done it once.
Are
and
you
this was the
kidding
second
me?
time.
Are you
No.
serious?
You know, I knew a
No,
truck.
and how about
She's got a
policeman,
concussion,
Bill.
probably. She probably is
Bill,
He's
concussed.
concussed.
the policeman that came to the scene?
Don't tell
in
me he
probably
hugged
like
her,
10
too.
minutes.
Yeah.
How about he just came over? He said, your information. So we handed him our stuff and everything like that. And he just calmly went back. Didn't care if she was high, drunk, nothing. He didn't test her for nothing. He just went over, wrote out a ticket. You guys have a good day. That was it. And we were on
I
our
gotta tell
way.
you, I would be testing myself right now for scabies.
Yeah, Wayne,
for she could have pricked you with a hypodermic needle. I mean, I just wouldn't.
Bill, guess what she was?
What's she going to say? What is she going to say? Oh, yes, I was doing drugs in the car.
Bill, guess what she was? She was vaping right there on the scene. She's
Hold
all
on,
I felt like the Undertaker.
We've got audio
I felt
from
like the Undertaker, dude. I'm standing there and she's blowing vapor. I
Wow.
almost said, I don't mind you vaping, but get that away from me. I don't care what you got in there.
I don't know what
Just
it
get
is.
it away from my head.
Did she get arrested?
No, this was as quick and cut and dry as this guy had to be. The cop looked like he was 19.
Cop's like, I don't want to deal with this. 'Cause
No,
then I'm going to have to hug her and
dry.
everything. It's going to be
Dry.
awful. All right.
Dry.
Wow.
Wayne,
wow,
what
Wayne,
the
I got to
heck
tell
kind
you.
of story? That's
I always think that I get into all this crap, like, excessively,
jeez.
mistakenly. But you do it
Bill,
more than
she's
me.
Bill, she's a pharmacist at a Walgreens.
Oh, so she's stealing
She was
drugs.
late. She was late for work, dude.
Yeah, but she's late.
She had to have been concussed.
How did
if she was in an accident previously?
Is she from here and she took a right turn and not
Yes,
a left?
She's from here. She's from here. She was going to work out there somewhere.
That's weird. Well, I'm glad you're okay, Wayne.
Yeah, I'm glad I'm okay because I have things to do and I have work to go to and stuff like that. When that's all I'm worried about. It's just like I'm all right and as long as I. But can I give you my picks?
Yeah, unless you can't call in later, but we'll take them now.
No, I can't. I can't call in. I got to go to work.
Gotta work. All right.
I'm surprised when he hugged that the girl didn't get stuck the girl didn't stick him with a hypodermic needle.
Yeah.
Says Mike.
We got 40.
Bill, you know what she said? I'm going to get in my car, and she goes, I'm going to move it over. So I took a quick picture so she didn't drive off.
Right.
Yeah,
right,
smart.
Right.
Because I was waiting for her to drive off.
Yeah.
All right, Wayne, 40. We got 30 seconds, okay? Cowboys, Giants.
That's tonight.
Cowboys?
Oh, you're taking the Cowboys.
Yep. Okay. Bills, Ravens.
Bills.
Okay.
Tennessee, Titans, Dolphins.
Tennessee.
And Seahawks, Lions.
Oh, the Lions all the way.
All right, there it is. Wayne's picks.
All right, good stuff there, Wayne. Thanks, man.
You guys drive safe.
Yeah, I'm going to try.
Watch out for other
people. Those are the ones you have to worry about. All right, Wayne.
Have a good day,
be
guys.
Careful. Thanks.
Later, guys.
Okay.
Later, guys.
I can't believe you hugged her. We have news coming up.
From the Stanley Theater Studio, WIBX Utica, Rome. W295EI. WIBX 950 and 92.3 FM. A Town Square media station.
New York City's mayor indicted. I'm Jack Callahan, Fox News. Mayor Eric Adams charged in a federal corruption probe.
As an unregistered foreign agent for taking actions in his official capacity after receiving donations from foreign sources.
Fox's Chanley Painter, the mayor says he will not resign.
I will fight these injustices with every ounce of my strength
in my spirit.
The federal indictment will be unsealed later today. Forecast to slam into Florida's Big Bend within hours. Helene is a strong Category 1 hurricane at the moment, but Fox senior meteorologist Janice Dean says that's about to change.
It's about to go through the warmest water on its trajectory. So temperatures explosive in the Gulf of Mexico, and there's really nothing in its way, and that's why we think it's going to be a major hurricane, borderline maybe Category 4.
Forecasters warn the storm's surge could be as high as a 2-story building. Landfall forecast in about 12 hours. President Biden has released a statement this morning announcing more than $8 billion in additional military aid for Ukraine. The package includes precision-guided bombs to improve Ukraine's long-range capabilities. Russia warning it has made changes to its policy on the use of nuclear weapons, and there will be consequences if Western countries help attack Ukraine. Israel preparing for a ground assault on southern Lebanon. The U.S. one of a dozen countries calling for a 21-day ceasefire with Hezbollah. White House National Security Communications Advisor John Kirby.
What we are saying to our Israeli counterparts is we want to make sure you can protect yourself, protect your citizens. We want those families to go back home where they belong, and we don't believe that an all-out war is the best path forward to doing that.
Israel's foreign minister this morning rejecting calls for a ceasefire. UN Secretary General Guterres has told the UN Security Council that hell is breaking loose in Lebanon. America is listening to Fox News.
Life insurance. Why are you putting it off? Can't afford it? Too much hassle? Think you don't need it? There's lots of excuses for putting off life insurance. But if you weren't there, who would pay the mortgage and other bills? With Ethos, you could be covered in 10 minutes and boom, family protected. Ethos, fast and easy online term life insurance. Up to $2 million in coverage with no medical exam. Some policies as low as $1 a day. Answer a few health questions and get your free quote at getethos.com. That's getethos.com.
I opened a gold IRA with Noble Gold Investments. There's no better vote for your financial safety than precious metals. So Noble Gold Investments is giving away up to 10 1-ounce silver Trump coins or a 10-ounce silver American flag bar with a qualifying account this month. Just use promo code TRUMP. That's noblegoldinvestments.com.
Past performance may not be indicative of future results. Investing in precious metals, including gold, involves risks. Consult with your tax attorney or financial professional before making an investment decision.
Vice President Harris has sat for a one-on-one interview with MSNBC, criticizing former President Trump's calls for hiking tariffs on foreign goods.
You don't just throw around the idea of just tariffs across the board, and that's part of the problem with Donald Trump.
The Trump campaign pointing out the Biden administration has left in place many of the tariffs imposed by the Trump administration. The former president telling a campaign rally in suburban Charlotte yesterday.
They call it the tax queen because she's a big tax raiser. Is demanding a 33% tax hike on all domestic production. That means those companies are leaving.
Vice President Harris will visit the U.S. southern border tomorrow for the first time as a presidential candidate. Former President Trump announcing he'll return to Butler, Pennsylvania a week from Saturday for another rally at the same spot where he was shot in July. The House task force on the assassination attempt will hold its first public hearing today, a day after the Senate's Homeland Security Committee issued a scathing report on the Secret Service, citing multiple failures that led to the assassination try. First Lady Melania Trump speaking out on the assassination attempts on her husband in an exclusive interview with Fox News, airing throughout the morning on Fox and Friends on the Fox News channel. A federal judge ordering the EPA to take another look at fluoridating America's drinking water.
A federal court rules that adding fluoride to drinking water poses such a significant risk of lowering children's IQs that the EPA must address its impact. U.S. District Judge Edward Chin said while it's not certain that fluoride has that effect, mounting research points to an unreasonable risk. The CDC says fluoride strengthens teeth and reduces cavities. However, critics point to studies that show there's actually no benefit, only dangers to adding fluoride to drinking water. Carmen Roberts, Fox News.
And I'm Jack Callahan. This is Fox News.
Good morning, WIBX 950 AM, 92.3 FM News Time, 7:05. I'm Andrew Dominio.
You ever see the teeth on those people in Mississippi?
Yeah.
They don't have fluoride in their water.
No, they don't. They've got anti-fluoride.
And I sometimes feel they have a hard time, completing an equation. So what's the answer? What happened? What happened there? Was it the fluoride?
I don't know, but don't be talking about Tanya like that.
Okay, good point.
She'll whoop
Sorry.
your butt.
Glad she's not listening.
This update brought to you by City Suburban. Call City Suburban today at 315-853-3899 or log on to citysuburban.com for a free quote today. A new bill introduced by Assemblyman Angelo Santabarbara aims to curb the rise in threats against schools. The proposal would require the mandatory reporting of social media threats to help prevent potential incidents and reduce disruptions. The bill also includes protections for those who report threats in good faith. Santabarbara is seeking a sponsor in the state Senate and expects support from both parties. An Oswego County deputy sheriff was killed in a crash yesterday while responding to a call. Authorities say Deputy Kaylee Campbell's cruiser with lights and sirens activated was struck by another vehicle at the intersection of County Route 176 and Raleigh Road. Sheriff Don Hilton described the incident as, quote, simply an accident. Taxpayers in the city of Rome can anticipate a bit of a tax increase. Rome residents in the inner district could see a 2.75% tax increase on real property taxes, while residents in the outer district would face a 1.59% increase. And Mayor Jeff Lanigan's proposed $53,501,493 budget for 2025, the first of his administration. The proposed hike would be the first property tax increase since 2017. If approved after review by the city's Common Council, a resident in the city's inner district would pay roughly $35 more per year in taxes, and a resident in the city's outer district would pay $13 more per year. And Disney Plus is cracking down on password sharing. The streamer will allow users to add a member outside their household for $7 a month for Disney Plus Basic or $10 a month for Disney Plus Premium. Just one extra member is allowed per account. Users sharing an account can also subscribe themselves and transfer their member profile to a new account to keep their settings and watch history. Netflix made a similar move last year and reported success with low account cancellations. WIBX 950 AM, 92.3 FM news time at 7:08. Your weather forecast is brought to you by the new destination Kia of Utica on Commercial Drive in Yorkville. For today, we'll see showers, maybe a thunderstorm, a high near 70. Cloudy overnight with a chance of rain, a low in the low 50s. Tomorrow, partly sunny with a high in the mid 70s. Then the weekend looking pretty nice with partly sunny skies and highs in the low to mid 70s. Right now, we're at 61 degrees, and it is raining here in Marcy. It's 7:08. Sports brought to you by IBEW NECA 43 local contractors. Week 4 of the NFL kicks off with an NFC East showdown on Thursday Night Football. You'll hear it right here on WIBX. The Cowboys square off against the Giants from MetLife Stadium. Both sides are 1-2 on the season. More division rivals duel on the Sunday slate. When the Saints visit the Falcons, the Packers will host the Vikings, and the Chiefs will take on the Chargers from SoFi Stadium. A pair of star quarterbacks take center stage on Sunday Night Football when Josh Allen and the Buffalo Bills bring their undefeated record into Baltimore to face Lamar Jackson and the struggling Ravens. Meanwhile, in baseball, the Yankees are still fighting to clinch the AL East after falling to the Baltimore Orioles 9-7 at Yankee Stadium. Marcus Stroman was charged with the loss after allowing 6 runs on 10 hits over 3 1/3 innings pitched. Pathetic. Juan Soto and Aaron Judge each went 2 for 4 with 3 runs batted in. New York is now 92-66 and has a 4-game lead over the O's in the division. But the story is pitching has been abysmal lately, and that's going to be the Achilles heel for the season, I fear. The Bronx Bombers close out the 3-game series tonight. Meanwhile, the final 2 games of the series between the Mets and Braves have been postponed due to inclement weather in the forecast. The last 2 games, originally scheduled for yesterday and today, will be made up as a doubleheader on Monday in Atlanta. The first game will start at 1:10 p.m., with the second game starting at 40 minutes after the final out of the opener. New York is tied for second in the NL wild card, and the Diamondbacks at 87-70. 1 game better than the Braves, and will return to action when they visit the Milwaukee Brewers tomorrow night. So you've got one more series, essentially, in between the Mets playing the Braves again to determine
Milwaukee.
It's going to be the final two games. That doubleheader is going to be the final two games that determine their season.
If the Mets took, let's say the Mets took 2 of 3 with Milwaukee, or even 1 out of 3, it'll all come down to those 2 games, and a lot will determine what does Atlanta do. It's
tricky.
Anything could happen here.
Tricky.
And you're right.
Tricky.
It could mean that the Braves don't make the playoffs or the Mets don't make the playoffs.
We shall see.
It comes down to a double header on Monday. Wow.
What a pain in the rear end. And if you've got a pain in the rear end or the neck or the back or the knee or the wrist, arthritis pain, neuropathy, or shoulder pain, you should try Revive Softwave Therapy on Genesee Street in Utica. There are many professional sports teams like the Guardians, the Nets, the Steelers, the Lakers, the Giants, the Cubs, sports from all across the different gamut of sports there are that are using this technology in their locker rooms, including athletes with Team USA. The Cleveland Clinic and Mayo Clinic using this technology as well. And Dr. Tim Delmedico was the first to market this product in our area. He believes in it so much that he closed his chiropractic business, sold it, and is now focused on helping people with soft wave therapy. He's got 4 clinic locations, but the main location that I visited and received help with for my foot and ankle is at 2709 Genesee Street, right in the heart of South Utica. If you're looking for relief from your pain, they may be able to help. 315-725-8427. 315-725-8427. You can get all the information you need at reviveutica.com. That's reviveutica.com. And if you mention the Keeler Show, you'll get a nice discount, part of Discovery Days, with your initial consultation with one of the doctors, which will include your first soft wave therapy treatment, and they'll put you on a treatment and recovery plan for success. It uses high-speed sound waves to send your body's natural stem cells and blood flow to the impacted area to promote natural healing. So get in there, talk to Dr. Tim Delmedico and his team, see if they can help you out. It definitely helped me. ReviveUtica.com. Let the healing begin with Revive Soft Wave Therapy. Genesee Street in Utica, and 3 other new locations.
Mike says he thinks maybe you need Revive Soft Wave on your brain to handle the Yankees.
It could be.
Could be.
There's a lot of pain up there.
Joe Cardell is a former NYPD lieutenant in Assembly, now an Assembly candidate for the New York State Assembly, downstate. We'll speak with him coming up in a few minutes. He is a Republican. Later on, believe it or not, here we are. And it looks like the weather's going to be nice Saturday for the E.J. Herman Invitational. It's that time of year. Hobica's free money question of the day today, Davey, is worth how much money?
$300.
$300 today.
Wow, getting a little brave there, Smitty.
The theme for today is going to be topical in the news. There's my clue for you.
In the news.
$300. Topical in the news.
So was that a good choice?
Davey, you must be firm and confident.
Don't even
in your
question
decisions.
yourself.
Okay.
Was that a good choice?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was.
Okay, there you go.
I know, even though he's not here, but I like to say happy birthday to my dad and today.
Happy birthday.
Your dad passed away like last year, 2 years ago, right?
3 years ago.
3 years ago.
Wow.
And he would have been 70 today?
Mm-hmm.
Wow. And you have cupcakes.
Yeah, my mom made them.
Yeah. We still do that with my brother.
Yeah, for the
cake
and stuff.
Yep.
Yeah.
I mean, that was 1986, so it doesn't go away, does it?
No, it doesn't.
All right. Well, he'd be wanting you to be happy. So put a smile on your face, and
you're giving $300 away.
You're giving $300
$300
away,
that's awesome.
and you get to give away the money and eat your cupcake too. All right.
Yes.
Damn it, you're all right. All right, I got a break. Hold tight. We're coming right back at WIBX.
Hello, Utica. This is Carrie Paleo, Executive Director of the Greater Utica Chamber of Commerce. Here in Utica, we're not just growing, we are flourishing. Be sure to support our new businesses and our local economy.
El Señor Tequila Bar and Grill, 103 Genesee Street, New Hartford. Upstate Ink and Thread, 9443 River Road, Marcy. The Network at 600 French, 600 French Road, Utica.
Please join the Greater Utica Chamber of Commerce in welcoming these new businesses. Here we grow again.
Mom, meet Sarah.
From first-time Nana moments.
Yeah, welcome to Flight 101.
To annual girls trip moments.
Your can't-miss moments are worth protecting against RSV. If you're 75 or older or 60 plus with a chronic condition like asthma, COPD, heart disease, or severe diabetes, you're at higher risk of landing in the hospital from RSV. And there are no prescription RSV treatments. Check eligibility and schedule your RSV vaccine at vaxassist.com.
So where should we go next?
Sponsored by Pfizer.
Paid for by Christian Care Ministry.
You know, a lot of times you have to choose between something high quality or something that saves you money. But if you could get both, why not? Especially when it comes to health care. And that is MediShare. You get both. Many families save $500 a month with MediShare, and that's huge. But it's also true that people wind up way more satisfied, too. The member satisfaction rate for MediShare is double that of the typical health insurance plan. Double. That's because MediShare works. It has for more than 30 years. It's a community of Christians who have shared more than $5 billion of each other's bills. People love having telehealth. They love the huge PPO network. So, yeah, really, you can save a ton and like it better. Imagine being happy with how you're taking care of your health care. So if you're self-employed or part of the gig economy, or you just want a plan you're happy with, you can call right now and get a price in 2 minutes. Here's the number. Just call 855-51-BIBLE. That's 855-51-BIBLE, 855-51-BIBLE.
Mom, meet Sarah.
From first-time Nana moments.
Welcome to Flight 101.
To annual girls trip moments. Your can't-miss moments are worth protecting against RSV. If you're 75 or older or 60 plus with a chronic condition like asthma, COPD, heart disease, or severe diabetes, you're at higher risk of landing in the hospital from RSV. And there are no prescription RSV treatments. Check eligibility and schedule your RSV vaccine at vaxassist.com.
So where should we go next?
Sponsored by Pfizer.
For over 30 years, the Good News Center has been committed to building relationships. Better relationships for marriage, better family relationships, a better relationship with God, and a better relationship with yourself. The free programs we offer are designed to support you and your needs. If you find yourself struggling with the loss of a loved one, Grief Survivors is here to help guide you through this difficult time. The program is mentored by your peers who understand what you are feeling, and the facilitator will provide you with the tools necessary to move through the grieving process. Grief Survivors has helped many during this time of need. Visit our website, thegoodnewscenter.org, to find out about all of our programs, including Grief Survivors, or call us at 315-735-6210. These programs are free, confidential, and open to all. The Good News Center, building relationships for over 30 years.
Need new tires? Nokian Tires is celebrating 90 years of legendary Hakkapeliitta winter tires with a consumer rebate. Now through October 31st. When you buy 4 select winter, all-season, and all-weather tires, you can save up to $80 by mail on a MasterCard prepaid card. Offer expires October 31st, 2024. Experience the thrill of savings on every mile at Tallman's Tire and Auto Repair. Visit their stores and meet their team of experts, or schedule your appointment online at tallmanstire.com.
I got my together. I got my together.
I got my together.
Just say it. You can get your shots together too. Your COVID-19 shot and your flu shot at the same visit as recommended by the CDC. I got my shots together. Ask your healthcare provider about getting this season's COVID-19 shot when getting your flu shot if you're due for both.
Are you getting your together?
Sponsored by Pfizer.
WIBX. This is Keeler. WIBX 950 and 92.3 FM. Now back to the Keeler Show.
Well, good morning. Now, Richard is. Can I give you a couple of other comments from Richard here?
Please,
quickly?
yeah, go ahead. If I even
Andrew can't be so stupid as to think that Boone actually picks the starting pitchers.
He doesn't?
According to Richard, that comes from upstairs.
Oh, I know. Everything's upstairs. Listen, I've said it several times. Boone and Cashman are both idiots.
Cashman, and they're the ones who really determine.
They're both morons. So
I'm just saying.
Does Cashman make the in-game decisions that lead to blown runs?
I'm sure they.
Does Cashman
they phone down and he's like, "Okay, do this. You got to get him out of there." And then Boone is like, "Okay, whatever you say."
Do the players have to answer to Cashman when they do stupid things and
I
don't
think so.
run out the bases and
Yep, I
make
do.
errors and things like
I think
that?
so. I do. I think that he plays a big role, according to Richard anyway.
Speaking of Richard and cream
let
cheese,
let me simply say this. When Billy Martin was there and George Steinbrenner called down and said, pull Gossage, pull him now. Billy Martin said, yeah, let me get up there and punch you right in the face.
I'll punch you in the mouth. Speaking of cream cheese and
that
Richard,
was the old days of Yankees baseball.
Deeds in New Hartford saying cream cheese in the mashed.
Yes,
The mashed potatoes.
cream cheese, but the recipe that I saw was a lot of butter and milk or heavy cream, and it's about mixing till the perfect consistency. You don't want to mix too much because then they become pasty.
Yeah,
almost like
yuck.
So you have to do it at the perfect consistency. It might take you a few times, but your heart will love you for this. A lot of butter.
Okay.
All right.
And then John in Bridgewater.
And the milk, I think, is warmed up. I think the
You have
milk
to
is
make it
warmed
hot?
up.
Okay.
Yeah.
John in Bridgewater, you all want some cheese with that wine?
Oh, I remember one more thing.
Yeah.
And tablespoons of the butter, they're cut into tablespoons, and they're ice cold. The butter's ice cold.
Hot
the
milk,
is warm.
Cold butter.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
I won't remember that.
Or the heavy cream.
John in Bridgewater, you all want some cheese with that wine? LOL. I don't know if we're whining about the baseball or what. I don't know what he's referring to there, but those are the latest comments for today.
I think there's another one in there. Somebody's really insulting.
What else?
It's
is
Deed
new?
saying fluoride has been proven a huge health risk. Well, I don't think that's the case. I think it's not been proven. That's the problem. And this is another one of these. There's another big study out right now about artificial sweeteners. The FDA says artificial sweeteners are fine, but there are other groups out there that say some of these artificial sweeteners, A, make you gain weight. Others say some of these artificial sweeteners cause cancer. And the FDA says, no, everything's okay.
A-okay.
And I'm not sure I can trust the FDA.
Not anymore.
On the line right now is Joe Cardell. Joe is a former NYPD lieutenant and assembly candidate now in the Long Island area, I believe.
Yeah,
right?
Nassau County.
In Nassau County. Hello, Lieutenant Joe Cardell. Good morning.
Good morning, gentlemen. Let me say one thing, and I agree with you. This Yankee team under any other manager would be a great team.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's what I hear from Andrew every morning. Now, Joe, I can just tell it's so funny when you look through the crowd at a Yankees game. You're like, yep, Yankees fans. That's a Yankees fan. Yep, definitely Yankees fans. And then you go to the Mets game and you look through Citi Field. And you're like, yep, that's a Mets fan. There's another Mets fan. Now, I, being a Mets fan, I think I fit into that.
You can say that, right?
I fit into that mold a little bit. But you, I got to say, Joe, you are, and correct me if I'm wrong, you are a Yankees fan over and over again.
Through and through.
Through and through.
Through and through for so many years. But
Yeah.
I will tell you this. If the Mets were in the World Series, I'm a New Yorker first, and I would definitely pull for the Mets.
Yeah, I think you have to.
I'm with you.
I think you have to.
I'm with you on that. Couple things. My daughter was walking through Manhattan and came across, listen to this crap, walking through Manhattan 2 days ago and came across the president of Japan.
Oh, my God.
Can you believe that crap?
That's awesome.
Yeah. You can't move through that city right now. It's terrible.
Oh, it's impossible. Once this starts over here with the United Nations and everything, and then when we get the commander-in-chief over there, as they like to refer to him, I have other words. When he comes in, he complicates things as well. So, it gets pretty busy in the city. Plus, let's face it, all the illegal migrants that are running around the city, taking the opportunity to do what they have to do. That's another thing.
I just wish they would take that dirty squeegee and stop messing up my windshield. Come on, for God's sake.
At least clean it.
Guy, I would take the squeegee person over anybody right now.
That's probably true.
I would take them over the people shooting up in the streets. I'm telling you.
I know
would
it's
take the old
bad.
Squeegee days.
Let me, speaking of what's going on in New York, we wanted your take
What's
on
dirty that needs cleaning up?
On Mayor Eric Adams. Now, we've been seeing all of these cases, people stepping down, people getting nailed, arrested, what have you. indicted. And Adams keeps saying it's never going to get to me. Well, it has.
Yeah.
He's been indicted, we're hearing.
Yes, it's to him. And, his the people in the Puzzle Palace over there are collapsing around him and, resigning because, getting out of Dodge, as fast as they can. Listen, the man is innocent until proven guilty. I'll say that over and over. He is, he's afforded due process like anybody else. It's just that he's a high-profile figure, just like Trump. All right, he was, he's a high-profile figure, and they're going to make a big thing about it. But this goes back to almost a year ago when they got his campaign manager over there, and they raided her house. And they started, and ever since then, they've been chipping away, and they've been pretty quiet about it. But when you see raids going on and Caban resigns, then you have Donlin in there, and his house gets raided, and then you have his upper echelon with the Banks brothers and everybody else, and then you have fire officials, retired, I believe, fire officials, or active. I'm not too sure about that.
Yeah.
And they're indicted as well. When you have all these happenings around you, and you have to suspect that there's something big going on, and according to what's going to be unsealed today, there is something big going on. Now, Adams is steadfast, saying he will fight this tooth and nail, which he should. All right. And we don't know what's in that thing. Could it be something minor? Maybe. Could it be something like requires a slap on the wrist? Maybe. I don't think so. But either way, it's throwing a lot of chaos into the city, and it's throwing a lot of bad light on the NYPD.
And he's not going anywhere, at least for now. I mean, he's maintained his innocence. He won't resign.
I thought we were going to get a mayor in New York that was about law and order. He was a police officer, but it has not been that way.
Now, I have to tell you this. The alternative to Mayor Adams is 10 times worse.
Yeah.
All right. I will tell you that. Jumaane Williams. All right. That's going to be the sad part is if he takes his place, because really then Hell's Gate is really going to open up in New York City, because at least Adams would sit down and listen at times. He would listen to the police unions and say, Mr. Mayor, you're doing this the wrong way. You know how this has to work. And he would sit down and say, okay, I agree with you. He did go to the city council on behalf of the cops and try to get something done, and the city council shut him right down. Ergo, there's Jumaane Williams, shutting him down on every angle. So can you imagine if this guy gets in there? So, you have to be careful what you wish for, because you just might get it.
Let me say you're running for the assembly, and you're going to be running into a supermajority that Democrats have, much of it based downstate. Now, I just want you to know what it's like up here. And you're in Nassau County, so you get the same type of feel. It's a city versus Long Island and Nassau County, and that's a whole different animal. But, this raise the age, this bail reform, these decisions that were pushed hard out of downstate by the supermajority have really come back to haunt the state, to haunt us. It's a real serious problem. Now, they will say violent crime is down, and it may very well be, but having little Johnny out there with a gun, who's only 13 years old, that's raised the age, and the fact that there's no consequence, having somebody rob a store once, twice, 3 times.
Or stealing cars multiple times.
This is what we're seeing up here. What's it like down there?
You're 100% right. And let me just make one correction. I have a portion of Nassau County. The majority of my assembly district is in Suffolk County.
Oh,
but
okay.
I cover a portion of Nassau County. So it's actually, no, that's okay, because it's very confusing with the redistricting that they did,
over and over again.
Once again, over and over. They keep,
This is the third iteration.
Do this. Yeah, there's so many things that come into play with things over here. But you're right. They call it the supermajority that they have up in Albany right now will not reach across the aisle on certain issues. All right. And when you have that supermajority and you have people from the city dictating, across the state what's going on, and I have to tell upstate New York, you need to wake up and stop following in their footsteps, because it's a squeeze right now. And here's another twist to this little plot. Cuomo says he's not going to do it, but he's been throwing it out there. He wants to run for New York City mayor. Can you imagine the squeeze between Hochul and Cuomo down here? Because Cuomo will be calling the shots. He'll be telling Hochul what to do. and they'll just squeeze everything right to the center.
I would be
you know,
so
and
surprised
right.
if he would do that, thinking that would be such a step backwards.
I know.
For Andrew Cuomo. I mean, he was the
Well,
governor.
he just maybe so eager or desperate to get back
Maybe,
into some sort of
power.
control. Yeah.
Exactly. It's an ego thing. It's an ego thing.
Yeah.
He has to have his face in the spotlight.
Is he living there now? Is he
living?
living in the city?
God only knows where he's living. I don't know where he is right now, but he would definitely have a property there where you can say that's what they do. They import anybody they want into a district or into an area to make them, tell them to run, and that's what happens. And this is all allowed. But you're 100% right, because you would think at this point in time with elections and everything that they would change their stance on bail reform. Let me tell you the only thing they did with bail reform. They here's one of the examples of how they consider a change. So instead of having enough fentanyl that can kill over 214,000 people, now it's only 114,000 people, the amount that you need to request bail.
So much better.
There's a big it's so much better. This is the most ridiculous law, and we have more coming. We have more coming that people need to be aware of, and this is concerning Proposition 1. And I'm sure you're well aware of what's going on with that Trojan horse.
Yeah.
All right, because it's definitely going to start stripping parental rights away. It's going to destroy anything you have for fairness in sports by allowing biological males to compete, not only compete in sports, but to get the girls scholarships as well, and to attend an all-girls school. All right, the parents will no longer have anything to say when it comes to anything that they have to do that their children want to do. They don't even have to tell them. The parents won't know unless the children opt for them to know through the schools that they want to try, changing their gender or anything like that. So that's going to go in there, and it's also going to create a permanent sanctuary state status. All right, it's so many issues with Proposition 1, and it's not like, here's the problem, gentlemen, that they do all the time. Instead of making something a standalone bill, they cram as much crap into one area that they can. All right, and when you vote for this, if you like one of these insane ideas,
right,
you vote for all of them because they don't break it down. And here's another caveat to this whole thing: if you decide, well, I'm not going to vote on it, it's an automatic yes. And it's on the back of the ballot, and people don't know about it.
Oh, if you don't, that's interesting. You don't vote, it's yes. Interesting.
I didn't know that either.
Automatic yes.
Yeah. I have to say this is the problem with even New York's budget. When they put the budget out, it's like, okay, you need money for your schools. That's fine. But also in here, we have these 3 crazy policy decisions we're putting in that you're going to make them into law if you approve this part of the budget. And so do you say no to funding your schools? And it puts legislators in a very, very difficult position. Same crap, same thing. They're doing this to the voters now.
Exactly. And you know what it is? My whole platform is, common sense. It really is. I started that back in February, and I said, listen, I'll reach across the aisle. I'll say, well, I'm not going to go with the party. I'm going to go with what's good for the, residents on Long Island. All right, that's what I'm being elected for. I'm not elected to satisfy one party's needs in certain areas. That's the majority in this area. I have to go for what's best for people on Long Island. But this doesn't do that. All right, this is straight across the board. And if you dare go against the policies that they're setting forth, I mean, once this is codified into the New York State Constitution, it's going to open up so many doors. It's going to open up Pandora's box for so many issues, especially the illegals, because under discrimination now, or under the equal rights, which is there now, and like I said, it's just codifying these laws that are already there. That's going to open up a whole new thing to make this a permanent sanctuary state. Right? And people have to be aware of it because it's the wording. Do you know that they're going on the premise of abortion? All right, their whole thing, the hot item on the Democratic agenda is abortion. Well, let's understand. New York State has been the same way since 1970, almost 3 or 4 years before Roe v. Wade. All right, and they have the most the most liberal abortion laws in the country. So not once is the word abortion mentioned in Proposition 1. Not once is it mentioned. Yet the aura of it is about abortion. And that's what they're doing. They're teasing the women with this, and they're saying it's about women's rights. No, it isn't. This is, like I said, a Trojan horse under the equal rights and women's rights. And it's going to kill free speech in the churches as well. It's going to chill it. It's going to say you're going to take a chill pill, because if you don't, it's going to be considered discrimination and hate speech against anybody you speak out about.
I want to dig in more to this because I'd like to get two experts on both sides of this issue. Because when you dig in, you find I'd like to see which groups are supporting it, which groups are against it.
Yeah.
It's very interesting because it does cross lines a little bit. So, but definitely something you should look into before you
vote one way or the other.
The other
Don't
part
leave
of
it
this
blank.
is I want to dig into the other part of this, Joe. I have never heard of a situation where a non-vote becomes a yes vote.
Yeah, that's the whole thing with this one. It's considered a yes vote when you people say I'm just not going to vote for it. You know,
I don't know
that's
how that is though. That is
because I don't know how Ballot
I got to look into that
to the degree it did.
Right.
You know, and I don't know how any of these issues got on here. But when you cloud the issues, and this is what happens: people are sold a bill of goods on a pretense of something, not on the actual facts of something. So when you throw the teaser word out there, abortion, and yet it's not mentioned, when you start talking about equal rights for women, all right, and combine that, and you keep furthering that abortion and say equal rights, well, this tramples all over equal rights for women. This is the exact opposite. I mean, the fact that they're furthering Blakeman out here in Nassau County, Bruce Blakeman turned around and said, I'm not going along with it. There's no way you're going to have the same situation of a biological male hitting a 70-mile-an-hour volleyball into somebody's face, a girl's face, and partially paralyzing her for life. I mean, that's ridiculous. But people don't see the insanity of this. They don't say, well, let's take a step back.
Well, I think a lot of people I think it is important to take a step back because it is very complex. And I have to say, Joe, to be honest with you, it's complex on both sides. I know you don't agree with me on it, but it is very complex on both sides. But we're going to dig into it, I promise you. And this is going to be where have you done any polling? Where are you standing on your race?
My race is a very competitive race right now. It's been Democratic for such a long time, over 25 years. But let me tell you something. It's people want to change right now.
Yeah.
The people across New York State want to change. I mean, I think you're going to be surprised in a lot of elections that they're calling it's not even going to be close. But the Democrats realize they have a problem. You know, just to put it in perspective, and I do agree with you, all right, that it has to be addressed on both sides, because when you come out with insane things like bail reform and it's a one-party rule doing this, and when you come out with something like this, Proposition 1, it throws the alarms up on the other side, on the Republican conservative side, and the alarms go up, and they have to get up in arms and they have to fight it because it's so vague and it's so vast, all right? But let me tell you something. John F. Kennedy today would be a conservative Republican. All right, that's how off the rails we've gone.
Well, some of the stuff that's some of the stuff that's coming out of this super majority is and bail reform, raise the age, are two that are big problems for us upstate. I hate to say it, but I'm out of time. Let's do this again, Joe. Listen, how many days till Election Day? Early voting is
not enough.
Just around the corner. It's going to be big. All right.
About 40. I'll be out walking today, John.
All right. Well, knock on those doors. Every hand you shake is an increased chance of getting that vote.
Get your hand sanitizer.
Get your hand sanitizer. All right. Joe Cardell, thank you so much. We appreciate it. Good luck.
Thank you.
Right.
Thank you so much. I
Thanks
appreciate it.
I want to do one more quickly, and then I'll be doing the free money question, and then we got to talk about what's going on this weekend. There's a ton of stuff, and I have stuff to give away. We have lacrosse tickets to give away, and $300 is on the line, according to Davey, for Hobica's free money question of the day. Lucia, good morning. I'm going to take you before the break. I've got about a minute. Good morning.
If it's a bad time, I let you go. I'll talk.
No. It's always a bad time. That's why I wanted to take you now.
Okay, bye. Bye, Bill.
You don't. Okay. All right.
Bye.
All right. What are you calling about?
I'm teasing you. Well, I was listening to that, and it's great. He's good, Mr. Cardinale. I don't know him, but now it's a different story because, she started the first time, everything is so well. Oh, my God, right? Now, boom. Even they said she dodges the questions.
I did hear that. I did hear that.
Time after time after time.
I hate to say this, but I'm not going to disagree. I'm not going to agree. but I can tell you I'm out of time.
Out of time.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
Bye.
You got your minute and a
Bye. Thank
half,
you.
by the way. Thank you,
Oh,
Lucy.
my God. Thank you. Bye.
Okay.
Bye, Lucia.
She, I don't know if you know, hates Trump. She will never vote
she
for
hates
Trump.
me.
And she hates Andrew. Actually, she does hate you.
Yeah, I don't know
I
why.
don't think she hates no one. Lucia does not hate anyone.
Doesn't hate.
Let's do Mark Valley Crime Stoppers Wanted Person of the Week. And on the line right now is Sergeant Mike Burgess. We have the story up on our website right now. A lot of charges on this one, Mike. Good morning.
Morning, guys. How are you?
Good.
Good morning.
Yeah, let's see here. This week we've got this gentleman, Leslie Brewer, 54-year-old man. Last known to be down in the Smyrna area, although obviously we know that he likes to hang out in Oneida. Back in April, he got caught with a stolen vehicle, amongst many other things, and has a slew of charges. So in August, he was indicted by a Madison County grand jury, and currently has a Superior Court warrant. So we are looking for him for this slew of charges, and I would love to have the public help us try to find him.
All right, so has been hanging in the city of Oneida. And when we say a lot of charges, you're talking about controlled substance, unlicensed operation of a vehicle, et cetera, et cetera. I believe like 12 different charges. The other thing is, and I notice I don't have the photos in here. I got to get these photos in the story. He has many different looks.
Yeah, that's great. So we gave you guys a bunch of different photos because he does have different looks, and I couldn't tell you what he looks like right now, but hopefully these different photos will be able to help the viewers, the listeners understand that.
I will put those stories in the those photos in the story. I'll get them in there. So,
Master of disguise.
There is also a link in there, information on how you can report to Mark Valley Crime Stoppers. It's 100% anonymous. If you see this man, report it. And Mike Burgess, as always, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Have a great day.
You too.
Let's do Habaika's free money question of the day. Davey, we're looking for calling number. By the way, $300 on the line. Woo, doable. Did I mention topical? Woo. $300 on the line. Calling number what?
10.
10th caller right now at 315-736-0186 from Habaika and WIBX.
At Mattress Express, we deliver quickly. If you've waited too long for your mattress to be delivered elsewhere, simply bring your receipt in. We will deliver the same or comparable mattress, and we will meet or beat the price and get it to you quickly. Come see us today.
By now, you've probably heard of Upside, the free app that gets you real cash back at gas stations. But Upside is so much more than just a gas app. Upside lets you earn cash back at more than 85,000 grocery stores, gas stations, and restaurants, including popular national chains and local favorites. Just download the free app, claim an offer, and get real cash back on your purchase. There are no complicated points or rebates. With Upside, you can earn up to $10 cash back every time you go to the grocery store or dine out. That's up to $10 right back in your pocket on every meal out and every grocery run. The best part? You can earn on top of your credit or debit card rewards. Download Upside today. Use promo code SNACK10 and get a 10% cashback bonus on your first purchase. Get the Upside app and use promo code SNACK10 for an extra 10% cashback bonus. That's promo code SNACK10. Offers vary by user and location. Terms and conditions apply. Go to upside.com for details.
What the f***? Whoa. What's wrong? I'm sick and tired of these high energy bills every f***ing month.
First off, keep it clean. Second, let's give City Suburban a call and see what they can do for us about installing a new high-efficient heat pump system. We can discuss installation pricing and any available New York State clean heat rebates.
Take the first step towards a cleaner and more cost-effective, cleaner future. Log on to citysuburban.com for a free quote today.
Yeah, now you're talking.
I said keep it clean.
I got my together.
I got my together.
You can get your shots together too. Ask your healthcare provider about getting this season's COVID-19 shot when getting your flu shot if you're due for both, as recommended by the CDC. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Prescriptions require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. Restrictions apply. See website for details and important safety information. Subscription required. Price varies based on product and subscription plan.
Hey guys, did you know there's a generic form of Viagra that works just the same but is 95% cheaper? And you can get it online at hims.com/joy. Through Hims, you'll get a free medical consultation to determine the ED medication that's best for you, discreet shipping if prescribed, a 100% online process, and a range of treatment options, including trusted generic alternatives to the name brands, at up to 95% off. ED is personal, and at Hims, So is treating it. Just go to hims.com/joy and get connected to a licensed medical provider online for free with zero copay, no expensive appointments, and no awkward face-to-face conversations. To start your free online visit, you need to go to this exclusive address, hims.com/joy. That's hims.com/joy for your free online visit. HIMS.com/JOY.
Need new tires? Nokian Tires is celebrating 90 years of legendary Hack-A-Polito winter tires with a consumer rebate. Now through October 31st, when you buy 4 select winter, all-season, and all-weather tires, you can save up to $80 by mail on a MasterCard prepaid card. Offer expires October 31st, 2024. Experience the thrill of savings on every mile at Tallman's Tire and Auto Repair. Visit their stores and meet their team of experts, or schedule your appointment online at tallmanstire.com.
WIBX.
This is Keeler.
WIBX 950 and 92.3 FM.
Now back to the Keeler Show.
All right, it's time to do Hobica's free money question of the day. I don't know if you know, but I just spoke with Joe Cardell. If the caller doesn't answer the question, he or she is right. All right,
I got to look into that. Have you heard any? Well, talk to maybe Steve or
I have never heard of a situation where if you don't vote on your ballot, that it automatically is counted as a yes. I have no idea about that. I have never heard that before. So what he said, what he said is, if you don't vote on the proposition on the ballot, this is Joe Cardell. It's going to
count as a yes.
Joe's a little one-sided, just a little bit, teeny
one-sided.
And if you don't vote, they count it as a yes. I have never heard of such a thing
in this country.
I don't think so. I gotta look in it. That caught my attention. I gotta look.
I've been looking into the actual law, like on.
There's a lot. There's a lot there, and there's a lot packed into this proposition.
Maybe you want to have a session with the one of the commissioners of the Board of Elections.
We're gonna get on it.
Coming up on election day.
Who is in that role now?
Nikki Shortino is the Republican representative.
We will do that. On the line right now is Diane March. Diane is ready to take a shot at Hobica's free money question of the day. Joseph and Andrew Hobica. For your legal needs, 315-724-1600. I said that this would be a nice topical question.
Yep.
And Diane, good morning. Good morning. Or is it Steve? How did it turn? Was it Diane or Steve, Davey?
It's Steve.
It's Steve. Hello, Diane.
Who's Diane?
I don't know.
Well, it's a prop one now. It's the reason that this is.
I see. That's what the name is. List. I see what's going on.
You're close. My daughter's name is Diane.
Okay, so the phone is in her name. That's the problem.
All right. I see what happened.
Hi, Steve. Good morning. Steve in New Hartford. Are you ready?
Yes, sir. Go for it.
All right. You know you're going to have 7 seconds to answer the question. We have a beauty for you today, and it's worth a whopping $300. All right. Here is your question. If Frederick McKay is famous for discovering fluoride, what made William Addis famous? Ready? Go.
The mouthwash.
Is he Mr. Scope? Scope. Well, you only had like 3 or 4 possible picks.
Yeah, my guess was toothpaste.
You said toothpaste. Yeah. Davey said toothpick. I thought that was good.
Yeah,
no one said toothbrush. The Brit, William Addis, in like the 1700s, invented the modern-day toothbrush. So, well, that's like a 1 in 3, 1 in 4 chance of winning, I think.
He told me water.
I said, no, he invented water. He was friends with Jesus. Prior to Jesus, there was no water. I don't know if you knew that. Yeah.
Thank God for Addis.
Just wine. Okay, we're all over the place today, Steve. This could be the last day we ever do a show. It really could. I feel like it. I want you to stand by. Davey's going to hook you up. We're going to give you the all-in-one food and fun card. It's worth $25. It's good at the Adirondack Bank Center, Nexus. Would you like to go see lacrosse? We have tickets to World Championship Box Lacrosse coming up this week.
I wish I could, but don't have time.
All right. Well, I'm going to let you work all that stuff out with Davey. You stand by, and thank you so much, Steve.
Thank you.
And say hi to Diane, okay?
I will.
Okay, all right, stand by. The toothbrush, which was really I think it was made with like horsehair or something. It was not something you really wanted to put all over your teeth, but
now more people should. Now more people should.
Okay, in studio right now, Mello Testa and Steve Ruffero. It's our annual welcome back for E.J. Herman.
81. 81st.
It is the 81st.
Yes.
Wow.
Deserves a round of applause.
Mello
Testa was 19 years old.
Mello was 19.
By the way, if you're curious,
was that when the toothbrush was invented or the E.J. Herman?
No, that horse teeth back then for a horsehair.
Okay.
Just so don't be concerned. Mello will be sending invitations out for his 100th birthday.
Oh, that's coming up. Wow.
Oh, it's going to be big.
Yeah.
The Jubilee, the big Jubilee coming up. Yeah. Nice. Gentlemen, this is a great event, and it looks like once again, although I think we had bad weather a couple of years. Never.
We've been lucking out.
Well, you're going to get lucky, I think, again. There may be a little bit of rain, but it looks really nice.
Well, the runners really don't matter what kind of weather it is, but being that we have so many spectators there, we need a nice day.
To
keep them there, to keep them comfortable. And
that's a good point because, in my days, believe it or not, people, I ran cross country. If you look at the back of the pack, I was there. I was the one they were cleaning up, and I was coming through as they were cleaning up the finish line.
Did you pick up those cups on your way in, Andrew? Off the ground.
But actually, some of the more fun races were in the mud and the water and the rain.
Yeah, like I said, runners doesn't matter. But
and the E.J. Herman has, if you look over the course of the last decade, it has the course. I'm assuming I've never been on the course. I've been running around to find the best vantage point. My son also ran cross country, but I think the whole park over there has just come so far. It's got to be a much more beautiful course than it ever was.
We make alterations every year because there's always something going on from the pavilion to the football field to the water park.
Yeah.
But it hasn't impacted. I mean, the course we adjusted here and there.
Don't forget the skateboard park.
Oh, the skateboard
park.
Now you got to run up the ramp.
You got to run up the ramp.
Do a little thing across the railing there and
zip tie down.
Wow.
Yeah. But it continues. We continue.
How many schools this year?
43.
43 schools.
Wow. This morning,
good
43
number.
schools, 900 runners.
Wow.
Our 81st. We have some teams coming back. Galway Central Schools, Niskayuna, Schenectady, Carthage, Tully. So we have some teams we had from the past that are coming back.
So some that had not come back and now they're back.
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, we have competing.
This is a great event.
It is. We have competing races, so teams go in and out. But it's nice to get some of the teams with some history there coming back. We have some local teams to look out for. The United Girls team is tremendous this year. Very young, have done very well. They'll be there. So we're looking forward to it.
When did the E.J. Herman have its first group of women running in cross country?
That I do not know.
But I'll bet it was quite a long.
It was started
70s,
in 1941, so imagine maybe 30 years in.
So at some point it was all boys for quite some time. Yeah.
So you're running.
When I ran 69, 70, 71, it was just a boys race.
Okay.
And that's it. Varsity JV race. Nothing else.
So you have
and now adding the girls makes this an even
bigger event. Yeah.
Huger, much more large event. Yeah.
You have the the varsity level, which is the 3.2, 3.2, and then a modified is what 1.5,
1.5, correct.
Yeah. Okay, and then you've got four because do the women and men run together?
No, they run separately.
Okay.
We have races start 9:15, go to 1:30. I think we consolidated to 8 or 10 races. I have to look at it. I think we're down to 8.
So if you've ever been to a cross-country meet, there
a lot of apples.
Most likely nothing like this one.
There isn't.
You have a bandstand, you have food, and I mean, this is
music. It's like a festival.
You have to have people parking the cars. I mean, showing people where to park.
Yeah, a lot of things that
enormous.
We've been doing for a number of years. When teams do come there, they see that and they take what we have done to make a race better. And they brought it. Simple thing like a lead vehicle.
Right.
We were the first to have that. And we had to because one year, the first 3 races, everybody ran the wrong way.
Oh, okay.
And I told Coach Phoenicia that we'll take care of that next year.
4-wheeler that year.
Right.
Yeah. Well, you have the perfect vehicles for that, these ATV type.
Yeah, we have some great sponsors that help us out with those.
Nice. Anything else you want people to know?
Yeah,
you
talk about E.J. Herman himself.
Mello was there.
Mello was there. He was 12.
I just had one story about Mr. Herman. My freshman year, I didn't run cross country. I went to those other 3 sports and didn't have much playing time, but I was on the teams. And he was my phys ed teacher. And he came to me at the end of the year in June. He goes, "Look, you're going nowhere in those other sports." And he was being
that's good. The
frankly
honesty,
honest with me. He said, "There's a new coach coming for cross country next year, and you should go out for cross country." And that's the really only conversation I had with him.
Yeah.
I mean, and it was the best conversation ever.
And it worked.
It turned my life around, and it and I still say having Sam Phoenicia as my coach, he made me what I am today.
Did you go to track after that?
Oh yeah, I ran track. The indoor track. It was brand new then. At the Armory, I mean, on that concrete floor.
Oh yeah.
But we
Good
did
for
it.
the knees.
We did it because we believe that in our coach, and that's why. I mean, Steve and I are still involved with this race. Mr. Herman, but really it's Mr. Phoenicia, and he's the driving force behind all of it.
That's awesome.
And he's the connection for many of the volunteers. Speaking of that, if I may, I mean, volunteers are always a big thing. I wrote something on Facebook about it yesterday. We could really use some help, in certain areas, just to help us, like something like parking. That's a big thing. But
So I'll pick it up there for 1 second. So if you go on the ejhermaninvitational.com, there's an area that you can volunteer.
E.J. Herman Invitational.
ejhermaninvitational.com.
It'll come up even if you don't spell it right.
Yeah, exactly. Mr. Herman coached at Proctor, Whitesboro, Utica College. Steep history in running, steep history
I didn't know that.
in education.
2 R's, 2 N's, if you really want to know.
And the other thing is you want to draw so I've coached for 12, 15 years. Kids are always looking for T-shirts. And I'll tell you, E.J. Herman shirts, always sought after. We sell 600 in like 2 hours. And I'll tell you how deep it gets. I was in Cape Cod a number of years ago, and I had the sweatshirt similar to Mel has on. It says E.J. Herman. And the waiter said, "Hey, where did you get that sweatshirt from?" I'm like, "Oh, I'm on the race committee." And he came out after he was leaving, and he took his dress shirt off, and underneath he had an E.J. Herman shirt.
Get out of here.
He ran for one of the Albany-based schools.
Wow.
And he
that's so cool.
And he still had it. So it's sought after.
Well, not only still had it, but was wearing it.
And just to let you know, so the proceeds from this benefit many people in the Utica School District. We do scholarships. We do award ceremonies. We donate to teachers where they might have a shortfalling on materials and coat drives and things like that. So it's a great event.
And a fundraiser.
Great organization. It's a fundraiser for the East Utica Optimist. All $8,000 to $12,000 goes back into the school district every single year.
All right. I love it. If you are not going to the event and you plan on going over in that part of Utica on Saturday morning,
Welshbush Row will be closed.
Yeah, be careful.
Albany Street will be a little bit slow. Colorado will be free flowing, but just watch out for the kids because they're going to be crossing the street to go to the other businesses in the area.
Right.
Just keep an eye on it.
And you have the convenience stores over there now, and the Stewart's over there, and so people are crossing back and forth in Fast Track. Is it Fast Track that's over there?
No, it's Nice and Easy.
Nice and Easy.
Or Cliffs.
Cliffs.
Sorry.
There is no Nice and Easy anymore. Showing your age. All right, great event though. And when you drive by though, really you see all those buses,
and the different colors from all the teams.
It's a pretty cool event.
I would be taken back if I didn't tell of some of our people that really have done a lot.
You literally have 10 seconds to do that.
City of Utica, Oneida County, Utica City School District, they all get involved. They really help out. They make it possible.
Love it. We know that the bad weather's coming when you guys come to the studio.
Exactly.
Thank you, gentlemen. Good luck this week.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
From the Stanley Theater Studio, WIBX Utica, Rome, W295DI, WIBX 950 and 92.3 FM, a Town Square media station.
Now a Category 2 storm. I'm Jack Callahan, Fox News. Hurricane Helene forecast to slam into Florida's Big Bend region in less than 12 hours. Mandatory evacuation orders now in place for coastal communities in Wakulla County, south of Tallahassee. Fox weather meteorologist Marissa Torres is there.
We're expecting an incredible, unsurvivable storm surge. This could see a storm surge potentially up to 20 feet. A 20-foot storm surge, there is no way you're going to outrun that or survive that.
The hurricane expected to be at a strong Category 3 or even Category 4 strength at landfall. New York City's Mayor Eric Adams has been indicted by a federal grand jury in Manhattan, reportedly for accepting foreign illegal campaign contributions.
These charges will be entirely false, based on lies. But they would not be surprising. I always knew that if I stood my ground for all of you, that I would be a target. And a target I became.
Mayor Adams says he will not resign. The contents of the still sealed indictment will be released later today. President Biden announcing an $8 billion military aid package for Ukraine, including the first shipment of medium-range precision-guided bombs. Russia warning there'll be consequences for any Western nation that helps Ukraine attack it. The Kremlin says they've revised their policy on using nuclear weapons. New Israeli airstrikes in Lebanon. Israel's military says they hit infrastructure used to transfer weapons from Syrian territory to Hezbollah in Lebanon. A dozen nations are calling for a 21-day ceasefire between Israel and Lebanon.
The international community attempts to broker a ceasefire, and a U.S. official confirms with Fox News that the U.S. is in active talks with several countries to do exactly that.
Fox's Nate Foy in Israel. Israel's foreign minister says there will not be a ceasefire. America is listening to Fox News.
Life insurance. Why are you putting it off? Can't afford it? Too much hassle? Think you don't need it? There's lots of excuses for putting off life insurance. But if you weren't there, who would pay the mortgage and other bills? With Ethos, you could be covered in 10 minutes and boom, family protected. Ethos, fast and easy online term life insurance. Up to $2 million in coverage with no medical exam. Some policies as low as $1 a day. Answer a few health questions and get your free quote at getethos.com. That's getethos.com.
I opened a gold IRA with Noble Gold Investments. There's no better vote for your financial safety than precious metals. So Noble Gold Investments is giving away up to 10 1-ounce silver Trump coins or a 10-ounce silver American flag bar with a qualifying account this month. Just use promo code TRUMP. That's noblegoldinvestments.com.
Past performance may not be indicative of future results. Investing in precious metals, including gold, involves risks. Consult with your tax attorney or financial professional before making an investment decision.
The House Select Task Force on the first Trump assassination attempt starts its first public hearing about 90 minutes from now, a day after a scathing report from the Senate Homeland Security Committee.
A bipartisan Senate panel poured through 2,800 pages of documents and interviewed 12 Secret Service agents responsible for the Butler, Pennsylvania rally on July 13th. Senators say those responsible for protecting Donald Trump provided contradictory or incomplete information, some of which ran counter to responses from state and local law enforcement officials.
Fox's David Spott, First Lady Melania Trump telling Fox's Ainsley Earhart it was a miracle that her husband survived the shooting at Butler, Pennsylvania. She blamed political rhetoric for it.
The leaders from the opposition party and mainstream media branding him as a threat to democracy, calling him vile names, they only fueling a toxic atmosphere.
The exclusive interview with the former First Lady airing on Fox and Friends throughout this hour. The world's longest-serving death row inmate has been exonerated.
After more than 50 years awaiting execution in Japan, Iwao Hakamada is officially an innocent man. He was convicted in 1968 of killing his boss, the man's wife, and their 2 teenage children. But a court has now acquitted the 88-year-old of the crime. There are suspicions investigators planted crucial evidence, and the former pro boxer's lawyers say he was forced to confess following beatings and 12-hour interrogations. Hakamada has been living under the care of his sister since 2014, when he was allowed out of prison pending this retrial. Jonathan Savage, Fox News.
Federal judge approving a settlement of a class action lawsuit against Norfolk Southern by the residents of East Palestine, Ohio, scene of last year's toxic train derailment. I'm Jack Callahan. This is Fox News.
Good morning, WIBX 950 AM, 92.3 FM News Time, 8:05. I'm Andrew Derminio. This update brought to you by City Suburban. Call City Suburban today at 315-853-3899 or log on to citysuburban.com for a free quote today. Raining and 61 degrees. Your full weather forecast is coming up. Also be listening for your 8 a.m. cash code for your chance at Keeler's Cash. Prizes in the amount of up to $30,000. A new bill introduced by Assemblyman Angelo Santabarbara aims to curb the rise in threats against schools. The proposal would require the mandatory reporting of social media threats to help prevent potential incidents and reduce disruptions. The bill also includes protections for those who report threats in good faith. Santabarbara is seeking a sponsor in the state Senate and expects support from both parties. An Oswego County deputy sheriff was killed in a crash yesterday while responding to a call. Authorities say Deputy Kaylee Campbell's cruiser, with lights and sirens activated, was struck by another vehicle at the intersection of County Route 176 and Rowley Road. Sheriff Don Hilton described the incident as, quote, simply an accident. Residents in the city of Rome inside in the inner district could see a 2.75% tax increase on real property taxes, while residents in the outer district would face a 1.59% increase in Mayor Jeff Lanigan's proposed $53.5 million plus budget for 2025, the first of his administration. The proposed hike would be the first property tax increase since 2017. If approved after review by the city's Common Council, a resident in the city's inner district would pay roughly $35 more per year in taxes, and a resident in the city's outside district would pay $13 more per year. Local high school soccer games are being postponed as some referees refuse to accept the new electronic payment system.
Is that what's going on? Because there have been several cancellations because of a shortage of referees.
Well, it's not just that. The Central New York State Officials Association says most referees prefer the previous payment method, which I believe is cash. And attempts to enforce the electronic system have been disrupting game schedules. Mm-hmm. Central Square has already returned to the old system to ensure games continue, with resolutions reportedly close at some schools.
All right. Interesting.
And Disney Plus cracking down on password sharing. The streamer will allow users to add a member outside their household.
Disney
for
Plus
$7.
is so confusing to begin with because they're tied in with Hulu
and some other.
And then you try to sign in. They're like, you can't sign in here. You got to sign. You go to Hulu, and I just
ESPN.
It is such a pain in the neck.
Yeah.
These password issues.
Well,
ESPN as well. Yeah.
The streamer will allow users to add a member outside their household for $7 a month for Disney Plus Basic or $10 for Disney Plus Premium. Just one extra member is allowed per account.
What if you just let somebody else use your username and password?
Well, Netflix is the technology has gotten so sophisticated.
They're looking at your IP address.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Users sharing an account can also subscribe themselves and transfer their member profile to a new account to keep their settings and watch history. Netflix made a similar move last year and reported success with low account cancellations.
Okay. So you got to put a firewall up or use a VPN. Yeah.
8:08 is your news time. Your weather forecast brought to you by the new destination Kia of Utica on Commercial Drive in Yorkville. We will see rain showers continuing today, maybe a thunderstorm, a high near 70. Cloudy overnight with a low falling into the lower 50s. Tomorrow, partly sunny with a high in the mid-70s. You can always get the full 5-day forecast anytime at WIBX950.com. Right now, we're at 61 with rain showers at 8:09. Sports brought to you by IBEW NECA 43, local contractors. Well, NFL Week 4 kicking off tonight with a pair of duds. Week 4 of the NFL kicks off with the NFC least showdown on Thursday Night Football. The Cowboys square off against the Giants from MetLife Stadium. Both sides are 1-2 on the young season. More division rivals duel on the Sunday slate when the Saints visit the Falcons, the Packers host the Vikings, and the Chiefs take on the Chargers from SoFi. A pair of star quarterbacks take center stage on Sunday Night Football when Josh Allen and the Buffalo Bills bring their undefeated record into Baltimore to face Lamar Jackson and the struggling Ravens. In baseball, the final two games of the series between the Mets and Braves have been postponed due to inclement weather. In the forecast, the last two games originally scheduled for yesterday and today will be made up as a doubleheader on Monday in Atlanta. The first game will start at 1:10 p.m., with the second game starting at 40 minutes after the final out of the opener. New York is tied for second in the NL wild card with the Diamondbacks at 87 and 70, one game better than the Braves, and will return to action when they visit the Milwaukee Brewers tomorrow night. The Yankees are still fighting to clinch, embarrassingly, the AL East after falling to the Orioles 9-7 at Yankee Stadium. Marcus Stroman was charged with the loss after allowing 6 runs on 10 hits over only 3 1/3 innings pitched. Juan Soto and
we just wanted to keep him too.
Juan Soto and Aaron
Former
Judge
Matt
each
Stroman.
went 2 for 4 with 3 runs batted in. New York is now 92 and 66 and has a 4-game lead over the O's in the division. They have clinched a playoff berth. They're going for the division. They really need that home field advantage. Not that that's helping them in this series. The Bronx Bombers close out their 3-game series tonight.
Usually when a Met leaves and goes somewhere else, they become superstars. Zach Wheeler, for example.
Yeah.
But not everybody. Anything further, Andrew? We've made picks.
That is it.
We have to get everybody else together this morning before 9 o'clock to make their picks. You have a couple to go on that? All right, Jake, I'm going to get to you in a second. Before I go there, let me chat with Cordelia. Good morning, Cordelia.
Good morning. Getting back to the issue about voting and not voting, and it's going to be a yes if they don't vote.
I've never heard of that. Have you heard of that?
No, I've been with the election boards for about 25 years, and I've never heard of that. And when you call the board, head of the board, her name is Nicole Shortell.
Okay. Yeah.
She's very averse to everything. I would call her.
We're going to get on that. Yes.
Yeah, we'll get on it.
I kind of got hit with that this morning.
Out of left field, out of
when
nowhere.
Joe Cardell, he says, sometimes I think he's saying things, well, this was just not true. And even with the proposition, you have arguments, you really do, and I realize you have arguments on both sides. It's a tricky topic. It is not an easy, absolute topic, all of what they're doing with that. But again, I think part of the problem is they try to cram so much into these propositions, into these budgets, into these bills. It makes it very difficult. You want to vote for one thing, but there are 9 others that you don't want to vote for. It's tricky. So here it's the public that's voting. We're voting for this.
Then sometimes they're always on the back of the regular voting sheet.
Right, you don't even see it.
Yeah, and so I guess they were trained, about 3 or 4 years ago to say, well, just look at your ballot at the top and turn it over and look at the back also. And because you couldn't tell them there were propositions or anything like that. You just had to advise them that there was something there.
Yeah. All right. Okay, Cordelia, thank you. You have a wonderful day.
And call Nikki. Bye-bye.
Yeah, we will. We'll get her on. Absolutely.
We have a few comments here before we continue. Big Honey and Hecla. I was under the impression that the toothbrush was invented in Taberg, New York, because anywhere else wouldn't have been called the teeth brush.
Okay.
Big Honey. Rocky and Utica. Joe Cardell tells many lies in every appearance on your show. When he says that 140,000 Venezuelan immigrants in New York are illegal, he not only lies but slurs and spreads hate by calling them criminals. These people showed up at the border, requested asylum, and followed the rules as prescribed by law. They fled a dictatorial regime which has murdered and imprisoned opponents looking for a better life. They are not criminals.
Here's the problem. His assessment on New York City is not the same thing that I see. Is it? Is the city dirty? There are 8 million people there, and maybe there have been times through history where it's been cleaner, it's been safer, it's been I think under Giuliani at one point, things really, the areas that mattered really got cleaned up, places like Times Square. And since then, have been really, really good. But in general, for a city the size of New York, it is, I know people are going to disagree, but it's not as unsafe as Joe Cardell tries to project.
Well, and just to Rocky...
And he's a former cop. He really knows. It's just the sky is falling.
Well, and just to Rocky and Utica's point, I mean, not all of them are good people that have been fleeing, and I mean, that's the problem with these topics.
The immigration is a mess.
There's a gray issue, and yes, there are Venezuelan street gangs that the New York Police Department has confirmed a few months ago that there was bike gangs, dirt bike gangs that shot at police. So I mean, there are good immigrants looking for a better life, and there are some that have opportunistically taken advantage of.
Well, when there's no control of the border, you're not going to be able to prevent the bad people from coming in. Here's the other part: there are plenty of people that could say the right things to get in, and they could become people who are
taking advantage.
And again, just like what I say about New York City, you get 8 million people together, 8.5 million people. There's going to be crime. There's going to be bad eggs. I'm getting to you in a second, Jake. I'm sorry. There will be bad eggs.
We hear you, Jake. We know you're there.
There will be bad people. There will be crime, and but that does not mean this border needs to be corrected, and that is a decades-old problem that I just don't understand why we can't get out of get away from the politics of it and fix the freaking thing. That's my opinion. Because if it was at my house, I'd be fixing it.
Yeah.
If it was at your house, you'd fix it. Why can't government work the same way? On the line right now is Jake. Why can't we just all get along?
8 million people, impossible.
Yeah, right. That is impossible.
Yeah.
Okay, Jake, good morning. Thanks so much. Jake.
Good morning, guys. Good morning. Wait, before I start, Andrew, have a nice trip.
Thank you very much.
See you next week.
Packers win Sunday.
Oh, it would be awesome if Malik Willis.
I think they're going to beat them.
Jake is a part of, along with Wayne and Larry and me, Andrew and Davey, are a part of the NFL Pick'em contest.
The NFL Pick'em contest.
Each week we pick another. Actually this week it's 4 games.
4 teams, yeah.
Currently
going
into this week and into tonight. Where is our rankings?
So everybody's tied for first except for me with 4 points. I've got 3, so I got to make up some ground here.
Jake, you've got 4 games to pick. Andrew's going to guide you through. Here we go.
Cowboys Giants tonight, right here on WIBX.
Cowboys.
Bills Ravens.
Bills.
Titans Dolphins.
Ooh.
I know,
Dolphins.
right? Dolphins. Okay, he's going to go with the Dolphins. Cool. Okay.
Yeah.
And Lions, Seahawks.
Lions.
All right.
This is a tough week.
These picks are very. There's only one game that I think
even tonight's game.
I don't know. There's one game that's a sure thing.
Yeah.
I gotta get you laughing. You want to pick another restaurant?
Okay.
All right, Jake. Good talking to you.
I don't want another restaurant story from you. I will never eat out again.
Oh my God! I know it's terrible.
So for those that don't understand, Jake the other day called in with some restaurant stories that places he worked at, and it was not good. Everything from spitting in food to.
Oh my God! You know what's funny? And I listen to your show every day. I enjoy it. I'm surprised other people didn't call in about restaurant horror stories.
Yeah, they did, and I said no. I'm done with this. Okay. I'm done with this. No more.
Yeah, no.
I got to go out to dinner tonight. I'm done with it.
We've had some other calls. Don't worry.
Believe me, I'm getting my food. I'm examining it. I'm looking at it. I'm like, could I really tell? Anyway, I don't think I can tell.
If you got a magnifying glass, you'll see.
Is that a caper? Boy, I just don't know.
Oh.
Yeah,
what's in that oyster?
Okay, Jake, you've ruined my life. Thank you. We appreciate it.
Have a great day, guys.
You do the same.
All right, you too,
Thank
buddy.
You, Jake.
Bye,
Good
bye,
luck.
bye.
Starting tonight. I'll at least give you my pick for tonight. The Giants and Dallas. I got to think about the rest that I'll do tomorrow, but I'm going to go with.
I'm going to go with all my picks today. So
I'm going with the New York Giants.
Oh God! Wow. Okay, that's my chance to make up some ground here.
I'm going with the New York Giants.
Do you want my picks now or later?
Sure, go ahead.
I'm going to go with the Cowboys, despite my best judgment. I am going to go with the Bills. I am going to go with the Dolphins. That's a tough one, but I think the defense...
That is a very tough one.
That's a tough pick, and I'm going to regret that. But I am also going to go with the... I think the Seahawks...
But you have a new quarterback in there who's trying to
make an impression, and the defense. Will Levis just loves turning the ball over. This last one's going to be tough, but I think the Lions are the better team. But I think, are the Lions home, Davey? Or the Lions are home. Oh, I'm going to go with the Lions.
All right.
So Cowboys, Bills, Dolphins, Lions for me.
Okay. Larry's ready to make his picks. Larry, can you believe that this could all come down to a doubleheader on Monday with the Mets and Braves?
Right. I think the Mets will have the advantage.
I do too, because everybody's there's a lot of, we may get everybody back. You get to pick from your pictures, and everybody will be rested. But then you got to go straight into the playoffs. That's not going to be easy.
No, but it's tough to win a doubleheader. Usually most doubleheaders are split, so that's why it's an advantage.
Yep, I agree. Okay, your picks. What do you have, Andrew? Starting with tonight.
Cowboys, Giants.
Dallas.
Okay, nobody's with me on the Giants.
Bills, Ravens.
Ravens.
Oh.
Dolphins, Titans.
Miami.
And Seahawks, Lions.
Detroit.
All right. Okay, Larry, thanks, man.
All right, thanks.
Have a good one. At the end of when it's all said and done, $200 is on the line. $200 in cash.
And you know what? I get discouraged. I'm the only one with 3 points. Everybody else has 4, but it's a long season.
Do you want my picks or
do it now? Do it now. Hurry up.
Okay, I'm going to take the Cowboys tonight.
Okay.
Unfortunately, I'm going to pick against the Bills and take the Ravens.
Oh, Davey. Well, you got a benefit there because, good news, worst case scenario, he loses a point and the Bills win, which he'll be happy about.
Well, he's 0-2 right now, so he's in big trouble.
Yeah.
All right, next.
Dolphins.
0-3. Oh, boy.
And Lions.
Okay, you got 1-4 for the week.
All right, and you're going to give the rest of your picks
You're going to be 0-1 tomorrow.
You think? You will see tomorrow. All right, Rick Lewis coming up. Stand by. Stuff going on at a big event happening at the Rome Capital Arts Complex. And tickets are on sale right now for Jimmy Fela. And Jimmy is coming December 6th, Friday night, as part of WIBX's birthday blowout, our birthday bash. 99 years of radio broadcasting for this station. And Jimmy comes in. It'll be after the election, December 6th, so it'll be a very interesting show. And, a lot of his stuff isn't even political. He is a phenomenal stand-up comic. If you've not seen him as of yet, and he's getting bigger and bigger. He is a soaring star, a rising star is what I'm trying to say, at Fox News Channel. And, of course, here each day on WIBX from noon until 3 o'clock, Jimmy Fela. Coming up December 6th. Tickets are on sale. Go to RomeCapital.com.
What the
Whoa. What's wrong?
I'm sick and tired of these high energy bills every month.
First off, keep it clean. Second, let's give City Suburban a call and see what they can do for us about installing a new high-efficient heat pump system. We can discuss installation pricing and any available New York State clean heat rebates.
Take the first step towards a cleaner and more cost-effective, cleaner future. Log on to citysuburban.com for a free quote today.
Yeah, now you're talking.
I said keep it clean.
The Potting Shed Antiques in Whitesboro is buying silver, gold-filled, vintage costume, estate jewelry, and U.S. and Canadian coins. They've been your hometown buyer for the past 52 years. While other gold and silver buyers claim to offer the highest prices, the Potting Shed Antiques actually delivers. Let Don Hartman take a look at your individual pieces or your entire collection. The Potting Shed Antiques, open Thursdays, Fridays, and Saturdays. Please call ahead for an appointment. Visit thepottingsshedsantique.com.
Tucker Backyard Pools and Spas is your authorized dealer for Artesian Spas. Made in America, made for you, and made to last. Artesian Spas are designed with your wellness in mind, and Tucker Backyard has many styles and designs displayed in their one-of-a-kind showroom. Come see for yourself and experience fully functional spas in their unique setting. Ben Tucker and his staff will be happy to assist with their interactive showroom, helping you pick out the right spa fitting both your needs and budget. Relax in your new spa this fall with Tucker Backyard and Artesian. While there, ask about the new line of fiberglass pools, built to last for years and never needing a liner. Beauty and complete durability more affordable than ever before. Add fun, comfort, wellness, and value to your home with Tucker Backyard Pools and Spas. Tucker Backyard Pools and Spas is your authorized dealer for Artesian Spas. 8086 Seneca Turnpike, 1 mile west of Big Apple Plaza. Online at tuckerbackyard.com.
We bring the fun to your backyard.
Can't wait for golf this weekend, huh, buddy? Time flies. Love you, man. Oh, don't forget your knee brace again. We aren't in college anymore.
Moments together matter, so help protect yourself from RSV. If you're 75 or older or 60 plus with a chronic condition like asthma, COPD, heart disease, or severe diabetes, you're at higher risk of landing in the hospital from RSV, and there are no prescription RSV treatments. Check eligibility and schedule your RSV vaccine at vaxassist.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Tallman's Tire and Auto Repair, your trusted tire experts. Their experienced team is here to offer personalized advice for all your tire needs. Now through October 31st, purchase 4 eligible Bridgestone or Firestone tires and receive up to $170 in rebates. Whether you're in Utica, Yorkville, Rome, or Herkimer, their team of professionals is ready to serve you. Schedule your appointment today at tallmanstire.com. Tallman's Tire and Auto Repair. Get the best tires for your vehicle at unbeatable prices guaranteed.
Shop with confidence at Mattress Express with our brand name low price guarantee. When you buy a mattress at Mattress Express, if you see it advertised locally within 30 days of purchase, bring it to our attention. We simply refund the difference. Go to mattressexpressny.com.
Celebrating our 10th anniversary, the beautiful red, white, and blue will once again appear along Utica's Memorial Parkway as the Good News Center once again presents Flags for Heroes, honoring our active military, veterans, and first responders. Hi, this is Brian Seville, Executive Director of the Good News Center.
And this is Jackie Warmoth, Vice President of Citron's Clinical Development. Be a part of this beautiful tribute displaying the red, white, and blue of 1,000 American flags along the Utica Memorial Parkway, November 1st through the 11th.
All proceeds will benefit Citron's military program. This program helps veterans and service members returning from duty who are faced with physical, psychological, and emotional changes in their lives.
You can show your support and gratitude by sponsoring a flag in honor or memory of your loved one for only $40. Call us today at 315-735-6210 or log on to thegoodnewscenter.org. Flags for Heroes, November 1st to the 11th. A special thank you to Tucker Backyard Pools and Spas for sponsoring our 10th annual Flags for Hero event. Please sponsor a flag today.
Mom, meet Sarah.
From first-time Nana moments.
Yeah, welcome to Flight 101.
To annual girls trip moments. Your can't-miss moments are worth protecting against RSV. If you're 75 or older or 60 plus with a chronic condition like asthma, COPD, heart disease, or severe diabetes, you're at higher risk of landing in the hospital from RSV. And there are no prescription RSV treatments. Check eligibility and schedule your RSV vaccine at vaxassist.com.
So where should we go next?
Sponsored by Pfizer.
Keeler in the Morning invites you to connect with us through telephonic communication at 315-736-0186. Or use the Call Us button on the WIBX 950 app. For additional contact methodologies, please refer to WIBX950.com.
WIBX.
This is Keeler.
WIBX 950 and 92.3 FM.
Now back to the Keeler Show.
Wow.
Shut the hell up, will you? You're all just so excited because you're getting on an airplane.
Well, I hope. I mean, it still says it's on time and it's going to go.
So there is a thing that's very interesting with airlines. We were talking about this. Apparently, with all the new rules that they put out where airlines have to pay cash and, you got to get a refund, et cetera, that they like to get you to the airport, and then they delay it, and then they delay it, and then all of a sudden it's a weather emergency or something, and then for some reason they don't have to pay as much when they do it that way. Now, I don't think that's going to happen with you.
No, and I don't think this is the case with Allegiant because they're already offering people to be able to cancel or change their flights.
What time is your flight?
12:40.
No, let me finish my question.
Sorry.
What time is your flight out on Sunday?
Oh, that I don't know. Right now, I have to look.
I'm going to tell you the big tip that I have learned is whether you're flying. I mean, especially with airlines like Frontier and Allegiant and that, you want to be the first flight out.
I think we're leaving early on Sunday. Yeah,
you'd be better off if you were leaving early today.
Well, I agree. I think we are the first flight out.
Is Allegiant ends up delaying, and they end up doing, is your flight on Sunday?
Flight on Sunday is out of Punta Gorda at 9 a.m.
Oh, okay, well, that's probably good.
Yeah.
But I'm saying even And that might be the first one out for them. But like a 6
But the
a.m.
first
flight,
one out today, I think, is ours.
if you're in the afternoon, you're almost always getting delayed and many times canceled. We had a situation just recently where my daughter was coming home, and it's cheaper for us to fly home than it is to do a
We
train
did that
or
flight,
anything.
Syracuse to JFK this past weekend.
Easy.
Nice.
But you just got to be careful because right now, if they don't feel like they're going to make any money on the plane, on the trip, they just start canceling. And it canceled, and then the weather came into play and canceled. Finally, we just said, don't come home. And that was it.
Yeah.
So, I mean, we could have driven down, but, it is what it is. So, safe travels.
Thank you.
On
And
that
I think the
box
storm
of
is
metal that you're going to be flying down in.
The storm is not set to make landfall until this evening. It's still a considerable distance from
where I think
Florida,
you're going to
but-
be struggling is coming home. It could be just a huge backlog of flights.
That could be, yeah.
So we'll see Andrew on Wednesday. And
be prepared.
What a terrible place to be stuck. On the line right now, Rick E. Lewis from the Rome Capital Arts Complex. Rick, good morning.
Good morning.
Well, it started out that way to be good, and then I'm having, I guess you would call it a restaurant kitchen disaster.
What happened?
And this Saturday night we have the murder mystery, and we have a live production called Nothing to Laugh About.
Okay.
And in that is this angry chef who's really mad at a person in the restaurant who is not enjoying their meal. Well, I just got the call while I was waiting for you that I have to replace the angry chef because the person who was playing the part is sick.
Oh, boy.
So while I've been waiting, I had a list of people who wanted the part, and I went down and I've been reviewing the parts for people to start calling this morning.
Well, you could get any real. There's a lot of angry chefs.
You don't need to be
in the restaurant.
Well, and my question was, you don't really need to be a real chef, do you?
Right. Yeah.
Well, right. No, you don't. In fact, most of the parts in this are people who are actually in that position. Like, for instance, there's a comedian in the show, and the comedian is played by she's using a name, Brenda Henry is her stage name. She does comedy. And the person who's there trying to fix some problems is the angry, overworked maintenance man who's also the facilities manager at the Capitol. And so I tried to cast most of the parts around things that they really do.
Yeah. Okay,
and
that's cool. And that's happening. Are there still tickets available for people to come and enjoy?
Yeah, tickets? Oh, yeah, boy. You know, the only show we might run out of tickets for is Jimmy Fallon because we hold like 1,200 people.
What?
So I'm always telling people I really hope I'm sold out, and you buy a ticket now because I hope I'm sold out. But, you know, there's 1,200 seats there. I think that we have some seats. You can purchase your tickets online and get them at the box office.
They're going quickly, Rick.
So,
They're
you
going
got
quick.
on the Jimmy Fallon show. Let me tell you, he's now on Saturday nights on Fox News Channel. Yep. He is, of course, doing the radio show. He is like the only person busier is Ryan Seacrest, and he's an idiot. So, I mean, this should be really easy. This is going to be a great show, and tickets are available for December 6th. Tickets available at the website, romecapital.com. So that's good. All right.
Yeah. So I just hope I can, I mean, I'm sure I'll find a chef between now and Saturday.
Okay.
But
You can do the Swedish chef.
That's right.
I only found out about it while I was sitting here listening on the phone, and you guys, I don't hear any more stories about.
Well, now, do they have to? They don't have to. With this though, they don't have to. They don't have to know. They don't have to have lines. They're basically doing an ad lib on a concept, right?
Well, yeah, they basically have to.
You have a couple lines you got to hit. A couple things you have to hit.
You
got to get to A to B.
They're arguing with the customer who's having a problem with their dinner.
Okay,
basically, it's not a hard thing, but you have to, you know that's the thing about doing the theater, and you've learned. I'm sure you've learned this doing video. It might seem like an easy thing you say to somebody. Okay, tell me that you really enjoy this meal. And they go, I really enjoy this meal.
I know.
No, sound like you really do it. And then they just do the same thing but louder.
Yeah.
It's like,
I
well,
really
you got-
enjoy this meal. Yeah. I met a woman. We were at a restaurant. She'd been perfect for this because she complained about everything during the meal. The potatoes were old. This was wrong. That was wrong. I didn't like the crunchiness of the duck. I mean, this would be
oddly specific.
She could play the part. I'm telling you. All right, so get tickets at RomeCapital.com or at the box office. And it is this Saturday night, a murder mystery. And now
and
does
there are 3 shows.
Is there food at the show? Do people literally get a chance to partake in any food?
At the concession stand, of course, it's always open. But, you got to realize this is only a 5-minute play.
Oh,
and
okay.
The night, you all know, the night kicks
And then
off
you're
with a 20-minute, 20-minute classic murder mystery from 1932.
Oh, cool.
And then the main feature is called The Glass Key, and it plays after the 5-minute murder mystery. And the cast members go in the crowd, and the crowd tries to figure out who
done it.
did it.
Yeah.
Yeah, who done it. And then they...
All right, cool.
And they...
How much are tickets, Rick?
And tickets are $7.
Okay.
And tonight, starting at 7 o'clock.
All right.
Or not tonight, the 28th, starting at 7 o'clock.
All right, Rick. Good stuff. And
Good luck in your search
Good luck in your search. Yeah. All right.
Yeah, I'll be scrambling as soon as I get off the phone.
I'm sure. All right. Thank you so much. Good luck.
All right. Thanks for the time.
Thanks. Bye.
Yeah, bye.
It's going on at the Rome Capitol Theater, and as I mentioned, Jimmy Fallon will be there December 6th. You can hear him on this radio station today from noon till 3 p.m. after the noon news, technically.
Beautiful.
All right, let me break here, and I got a lot before we wrap it up. John Decker from Great TV coming up in a second. I'm driving a Mazda CX-90.
It's a nice vehicle.
Consumer Reports just called it the safest vehicle on the road. Safe for the people out that are walking, for pedestrians. Safe for people in other vehicles.
Safe even for Bill Keeler.
For those, even me, in the vehicle. It is number one. This vehicle is number one for safety. And, the CX-90 it's not always a vehicle with a hybrid. You could get it, a hybrid vehicle, or you could get it without. So check it out at Steve Ponte Mazda, where a new 2024 Mazda CX-5 SE model you could get right now with Ricky Z. I mean, you might even say to him, let's make the deal. I don't even need a better price. $285 a month on a 36-month lease. Or you can save with 0% APR financing on select award-winning new 2024 Mazdas. See the dealership for details. And as Rick says, let's make your deal on a new Mazda, where it is always easy to do business. Steve Ponte Mazda Commercial Drive in Yorkville. And brought to you by Daylight Donuts in New Hartford. Daylight Donuts, check out some of their pumpkin lattes or the Almond Joy latte. There are 15 different flavors: coffee, espresso, lattes, iced coffee, breakfast sandwiches, bagels, fresh donuts made there every single day. It's Seattle's best coffee and the most amazing the toast, avocado toast.
So good.
The most amazing.
Healthy, too.
Avocado toast on peasant bread from Heidelberg. Toasted and delicious. The drive-thru is lightning fast. You're in, you're out, you're on your way. Daylight Donuts in New Hartford.
What the
Whoa. What's wrong?
I'm sick and tired of these high energy bills every month.
First off, keep it clean. Second, let's give City Suburban a call and see what they can do for us about installing a new high-efficient heat pump system. We can discuss installation pricing and any available New York State clean heat rebates.
Take the first step towards a cleaner and more cost-effective, cleaner future. Log on to citysuburban.com for a free quote today.
Yeah, now you're talking.
I said keep it clean.
If I was to describe this sandwich in one word, I would say magical. Hi, this is Jamor, and the little thing that I love about the Chick-fil-A honey pepper pimento chicken sandwich is that extra oomph. I go back and forth from the spicy filet to the original filet. I get into the sweetness of the honey, then you have the extra kick from the spicy filet. The combination alone takes it over the top. It's award-winning.
The Chick-fil-A Honey Pepper Pimento Chicken Sandwich is back with a bite. Try it with the original or spicy filet, now for a limited time. Real guests paid for their testimonial.
By now, you've probably heard of Upside, the free app that gets you real cash back at gas stations. But Upside is so much more than just a gas app. Upside lets you earn cash back at more than 85,000 grocery stores, gas stations, and restaurants, including popular national chains and local favorites. Just download the free app, claim an offer, and get real cash back on your purchase. There are no complicated points or rebates. With Upside, you can earn up to $10 cash back every time you go to the grocery store or dine out. That's up to $10 right back in your pocket on every meal out and every grocery run. The best part? You can earn on top of your credit or debit card rewards. Download Upside today. Use promo code SNACK10 and get a 10% cashback bonus on your first purchase. Get the Upside app and use promo code SNACK10 for an extra 10% cashback bonus. That's promo code SNACK10. Offers vary by user and location. Terms and conditions apply. Go to upside.com for details.
Tommy! I can't wait for golf this weekend, huh, buddy? Time flies. Love you, man. Oh, don't forget your knee brace again. We aren't in college anymore.
Moments together matter, so help protect yourself from RSV. If you're 75 or older or 60 plus with a chronic condition like asthma, COPD, heart disease, or severe diabetes, you're at higher risk of landing in the hospital from RSV, and there are no prescription RSV treatments. Check eligibility and schedule your RSV vaccine at vaxassist.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Military veterans and active duty service members, you could become a certified cyber warrior with just 12 weeks of training at My Computer Career. Cybersecurity specialists are in high demand, and IT pros with these skills often enjoy abundant opportunity and a great lifestyle. Protect our people, liberty, and treasured institutions from cyber threats. GI Bill, SkillBridge, and other VA benefits are available to those who qualify. Learn more at mycomputercareer.edu/CWP. That's mycomputercareer.edu/CWP.
Hello, everyone in Central New York. This is Dave Letterman, your old TV pal. Remember me? I'm supposed to say something witty and funny here about Bill Keeler, but I've got nothing. Ever see a picture of this guy? That's a joke in itself. Anyhow, here's Keeler on WIBX.
Portions of today's programming brought to you by in Sarah's Flooring Outlet. If you're looking for flooring, for God's sakes, where else should you go? Where else could you go? The big box stores can't do it. You're not going to get it at Kmart. There are no Kmarts even left. The last one in New York is closing.
Gone. See ya. Bye.
And I don't know if you know this, but Kmart never had flooring. I don't know what you're talking about.
They had the blue light special.
I'm saying the best place for
Better
flooring
than the black light special.
is a place that specializes in flooring. From carpet to linoleum, these new products are just unbelievable. They look so real. Tile, hardwoods, the Pergo Extreme by Mohawk, 60-mile radius. You know you're getting the lowest price anywhere. And, of course, interest-free financing right now for 6 months and $50 off coupon right there on the website. Check it all out. It's the Route 49 Plaza, River Road, Marcy, and online in sarahsflooringoutlet.com.
Big event coming up this weekend, and in honor of it here, Wayne has requested this here. If you can pull up my computer there.
Gotcha.
Paging Mr. Herman. Mr. Herman, you have a telephone call at the front desk.
From Pee-wee's Big Adventure.
Okay. Is that Herman, the E.J. Herman?
The E.J. Herman.
I don't know if you saw yesterday, Ted Cruz went after Anthony Brindisi. He's up for a federal judicial position, which is going to be awesome for him. He'll be a federal judge. Looks like he'll probably get there, but he's got to go through these events where
the confirmation process.
Cruz went after him very, very hard. Mr. Ted Cruz. Here's audio.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Just weeks before the election, the Biden administration is trying to ram through yet 6 more federal judges without adequate vetting from this committee. There are 6 witnesses.
Now, most of these judges, by the way, did not get hammered. Brindisi's the only one they came after. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
They're doing this because the record of these judges cannot withstand scrutiny. I'm going to limit my questioning just to a couple because that's exactly what the Democrats want, is no scrutiny of radical judicial nominees. I'm going to start with Judge Brindisi.
See, if you know Brindisi, he is no radical by any means. But this is Ted Cruz. He's grandstanding.
Including underage girls?
Ooh.
Senator,
I probably should.
Not a view I share.
So your answer is no?
Senator, I want to be somewhat careful because there are a number of cases that are working.
Is your answer yes? You said that's not a view you share.
It's not.
Then why, just a moment ago, Senator Blackburn was asking you about, as a congressman, you were a congressman from 2019 to 2021.
That's correct.
You were original co-sponsor of and you voted for an Orwellian-named extreme piece of Democrat legislation called the Equality Act. The Equality Act mandated that biological men could play in women's sports, could go to women's bathrooms, could go to women's locker room. The women were not asked. The women were not asked if biological men could go into their locker rooms and disrobe with them. You sponsored it and voted for it. You just said a minute ago you didn't agree with men exposing themselves to unwilling women. If you didn't agree with that, why did you sponsor and vote for legislation that would mandate that women be victimized like that?
By the way, most men who expose themselves are heterosexual and not trans, just for the record. They're scumbags who
yes, they are,
who try to pick up little girls and little boys and that sort of thing. So this is a far more complex thing than the mind of Ted Cruz can handle, and it pisses me off because it is taking elements of this and it is distorting it. Now, nobody is. Are you for a man walking in and exposing himself to a little girl?
Absolutely not.
Are you for? I certainly am not. I don't know what's going on with these sports where they want to have somebody who's transitioning, and they were a male and now they're transitioning to female, but they're larger, clearly larger, and competing in girls' sports. That's got to be figured out. That has to be figured out.
I'm definitely not.
Because nobody's going to be for that. I don't know who could be for that. It just wouldn't. I just don't get it. Anyway, this is probably going to go nowhere because I believe there's one more Democrat on the committee it's going to decide whether or not he becomes a federal judge, and they're Democrats. So most likely he will become a federal judge. But man, he's ripping him as if he's some liberal whack job, which we all know Brindisi, his record has been very moderate. Now, you may not like his record on moderate, but the reality is we know this guy.
Yeah.
And they're ripping him like he's some crazy guy.
Well, that's,
that I have a problem with.
Senatorial grandstanding.
It just bugs me. But anyway, this is Ted Cruz.
Senator, it's been a number of years since I sponsored that legislation, and I do understand that
it's been 4 years. It's been 4 years.
I understand, Senator. For the last 2 years, I have been serving.
I'm not asking about the last 2 years. You were a member of Congress. You sponsored it and voted for it.
This is what it's like to testify. I asked you if you testified before. So you try to answer.
Yeah.
And
nope, I don't ever have to.
The opposing attorney cuts you off and says, I want the answer. Give me the answer. And then when you go to answer, hopefully the judge steps in and says, allow the witness to answer the question. There's no judge here, though.
Yeah, no.
Not in this case.
Why did you believe women and girls don't have a right to be free from harassment, to be free from biological men disrobing in front of them without the women or girls having any right to say anything about it or to protest anything about it? Why did you vote for that?
Senator, my recollection of the legislation is that it would prevent discrimination based on gender.
Your recollection is contrary to the explicit text of the statute. Are you fond of ignoring the text of statutes?
All right, this goes on for another couple of minutes, but he hammered him hard.
Yeah.
So take it for what it is. I do think Anthony Brindisi is going to be, I'm assuming this is for Judge Hurd's position,
yeah,
which was about to be given away. This is something to think about. And by the way, I love Judge Hurd. He is one of the greatest things that he does is a naturalization ceremony.
Yeah, really cool.
Where people who have worked really hard probably know more about civics than the rest of us do in test form, who work really hard to become U.S. citizens.
Immigrated legally.
And it is really a ceremony to be seen. Judge Hurd held on and did not retire because the governor was trying to nominate someone from out of town.
Yeah,
we would have lost that position. It would have left Utica. It would have. So by nominating Brindisi, it puts a Utican in that seat and assures it for at least the next 10 to 15 years where he will be a federal judge. So take it for what it is. You want to talk about it, 315-736-0186. Quick break, and we'll be back here to take the comments and wrap it up here. John Decker coming up at WIBX.
Aches and pains aren't trophies. They're just barriers keeping pros like you from getting the work done. You know this business can be backbreaking. All the more reason to partner with someone who has your back, like Clinton Tractor and Ferris Commercial Mowers. Ferris is about helping you finish strong and feel good doing it, with patented suspension technology that allows you to mow faster and get more work done in comfort so you can feel good tomorrow. Visit Clinton Tractor today or at clintontractor.net. Ferris, work hard, feel good.
This is Kevin Fear, president of Mattress Express. You may have read in the media lately that one of our competitors has filed for bankruptcy. Please do not confuse that company with my company, Mattress Express. We are your solid, reliable, local hometown mattress store. I've been in business in this community for over 35 years. I'm here today. I'll be here tomorrow. Our low price brand name guarantee coupled with our unbeatable lineup of products makes us the first choice for bedding in this community. We have Tempur-Pedic, Stearns & Foster, Sealy, Purple, Puffy, the Smart Bed by Instant Comfort, Posh and Lavish, and more. And right now, on most king and queen sets in the store, get a free adjustable base upgrade. Also, take up to 5 years to pay with no money down for anything in the store. See store for details. Shop with confidence at Mattress Express.
Need new tires? Nokian Tires is celebrating 90 years of legendary Hakkapeliitta winter tires with a consumer rebate. Now through October 31st. When you buy 4 select winter, all-season, and all-weather tires, you can save up to $80 by mail on a MasterCard prepaid card. Offer expires October 31st, 2024. Experience the thrill of savings on every mile at Tallman's Tire and Auto Repair. Visit their stores and meet their team of experts, or schedule your appointment online at tallmanstire.com.
Orpheus was a poor boy, but he had a gift to give. And Eurydice was a young girl, but she'd seen how the world was. She fell in spite of herself in love with Orpheus.
Broadway Utica proudly presents Hadestown, October 8th and 9th at the Stanley Theater. For tickets, go to BroadwayUtica.org.
Military veterans and active duty service members, you could become a certified cyber warrior with just 12 weeks of training at My Computer Career. Cybersecurity specialists are in high demand, and IT pros with these skills often enjoy abundant opportunity and a great lifestyle. Protect our people, liberty, and treasured institutions from cyber threats. GI Bill, SkillBridge, and other VA benefits are available to those who qualify. Learn more at mycomputercareer.edu/CWP. That's mycomputercareer.edu/CWP.
Adirondack Home Furniture now carries Smith Brothers Furniture. Smith Brothers has been creating customized living room furniture since 1925 and is known for its high-quality, solid-built, top-of-the-line pieces. Made in America with modern technology using age-old craftsmanship, Smith Brothers offers furniture that you can have confidence in for generations. Smith Brothers is a solid and dependable brand who provide innovative furniture design with every piece. Smith Brothers is a leader in the furniture industry with their award-winning line of upholstered furniture. They have built a reputation for their value and design leadership with furniture of the finest quality. We would love for you to come and browse our extensive inventory and see for yourself. Smith Brothers, now available at Adirondack Home Furniture. Stop in today. Adirondack Home Furniture in the Riverside Center, North Utica, or at AdirondackHomeFurniture.com. Create the home of your dreams with Smith Brothers and Adirondack Home Furniture. 315-738-7817.
WIBX.
This is Keeler.
WIBX 950 and 92.3 FM.
Now back to the Keeler Show.
All right, a couple things before I get out of here this morning. Lucia has made her way in studio. Pull that mic right over to you there, Lucy. You gotta, yeah, there you go, right there. Talk right into it. Say hello. Say hello to the people.
Hello, everyone.
To the people.
Hello to the people.
Let me take a few phone calls. I got to talk about Herkimer County. Everything is happening big in Herkimer County. They still have to come the fall foliage where you get the most beautiful colors. There's a story on our website about fall foliage, the best places to go. One of them is Old Forge, where you see the beauties of the colors, natural colors, the nature, the beauty of nature. It's quite amazing in Herkimer County, Little Falls Cheese Festival, the Garlic Festival is happening. Herkimer Diamonds remains open. You can enjoy and savor the taste of Herkimer cheese, where history and commerce and beauty collide. It is happening in Herkimer County. Ann is on in Rome. Good morning, Ann in Rome. Good morning.
Good morning. I just want to make a comment about this issue with the men going in women's locker rooms.
Yes.
A couple months back, there was a gym. An older woman was a member, and she went out and complained, saying that there was a man who identified as a woman taking a shower, all exposed, and they told her that she was being discriminatory and told her not to come back. She was a member, so that's something that
I don't mean to say this, Ann, but it just doesn't sound like logical in Rome. But I want you to.
It didn't happen in Rome. This was national news.
Okay, right. I didn't see it.
Yeah, they told her, "Do not come back."
Would we all agree though that some guy coming in claiming he was a woman, exposing his genitalia, that would be something inappropriate?
Right, but they told her they're a gym that doesn't discriminate.
I will look into that, and I'll find it. I'll find it for you. You don't have anything to say about Anthony? I thought, are you going to rip on Brindisi?
No, I'm just saying that, unfortunately, what you said
his
before,
thing. I see what you're saying.
That's why
it's far more complex than that, Ann. I'm telling you. And let me tell you something. Let me just say one thing. With all their opinions on transgender, we in our family have someone who has transitioned, is in the process of transitioning. And I will tell you, she who was someone, it's not been easy for me. I am 59 years old. I don't understand this, but I have been respectful. And I will tell you, I knew something was going to happen like this when now she was like 4 years old and best friends with my daughter. We all knew. And I have seen some of the most horrible discrimination lodged and let me tell you something. Let me say this. That is. So let me just tell you. So when there is an opportunity to say we don't discriminate against people, because you know as well as I do, Ann, people are a-holes. There are ignorant moron a-holes, and I've seen it. And let me tell you, I would gladly walk up and just knock that person out because of the stuff that I've seen and have heard. So if there are laws to protect who is now her, someone that we really cherish, then I'm okay with that. So this pisses me off. It's both sides oftentimes distort what is real, and I don't want to hear it because I have a personal issue. It's personal to me, and I don't want to hear it.
It's just like everything else.
And I don't buy all the garbage that I'm hearing from these. Everything is so distorted. No one can tell the truth. I'm not talking about you. But you understand why this is a hot topic for me.
Absolutely.
Okay.
I have family that's all over the board. It's a sickening thing that people can discriminate.
Somehow we got to find it. Somehow.
Like everything else.
I know.
Good people that are doing it, God bless them. They shouldn't be discriminated.
There will be those who take advantage. There's no doubt about that.
Right.
All right. Fair enough. Fair enough. All right. Quickly, I got to say goodbye. Thank you, Ann.
Goodbye.
John in Boonville, I'm going to save you till tomorrow because I have Lucy sitting here. You don't want to take this away from Lucy. I know you don't like Brindisi. You feel he was a liberal. He voted...
Absolutely not. I love Brindisi, and that's why I was calling.
Okay, go ahead.
To remind you of that. But I want to say, if you remember when he was running last time, I called and told all conservative people out there, or MAGA like myself, to vote for Brindisi because I'm not a one-issue voter, but I care about veterans. And he passed not one, not two, not three, but 4 bipartisan bills he put through for veterans. And so I vote on, don't care R or D, but I care about the fact that what you do in your production. I think Anthony Brindisi is a great guy, and I call tomorrow and tell more about it. But
all right, do that tomorrow. Do that. I appreciate that. All right, thank you.
You got it.
And then Lucia, I have to get you in. They're going to take you in 50 seconds. I know you wanted to talk about Brindisi. Go ahead.
Hi, good morning.
So, and you're a Trump guy. You do not like Harris, but you love Anthony Brindisi.
It's not that I don't like Harris.
Beyond that,
I disagree with that, with some stuff.
20 seconds. What do you think of Anthony Brindisi?
I love Brindisi. I stand by him. I always did. There is no one better than Brindisi.
And you know him as and just like John, you know him as a person. I have to cut you off because they're going to...
Anthony is phenomenal.
Okay.
Phenomenal is the word. For sure, guaranteed.
And to have him as a federal judge here is important to us, I believe. I do have to go. Kilmeade is next.
From the Stanley Theater Studios, WIBX Utica, Rome, W295EI, WIBX 950 and 92.3 FM, a Town Square media station.
New York City's mayor indicted in a federal corruption probe. I'm Jack Callahan, Fox News, and this morning federal agents have raided Gracie Mansion, Mayor Eric Adams' home, a day after a federal grand jury handed down a sealed indictment.
An investigation into the mayor has focused on whether he conspired with the Turkish government to receive illegal campaign donations. He says he's done nothing wrong.
I will fight these injustices with every ounce of my strength and my spirit. If I'm charged, I know I am innocent.
More details about the criminal charges are expected soon.
Fox's Tanya J. Powers. Adams is the first New York City mayor ever to face federal charges. He says he will not resign. Hurricane Helene has reached Category 2 strength in the Gulf of Mexico, expected to strike the state's Big Bend region early this evening, possibly as a Category 4 storm. Florida's Governor Ron DeSantis telling Fox and Friends they're as ready as they can be.
And we've got over 30,000 linemen ready to go get the power back on. We've got all our assets for search and rescue if that's needed. So these are things we deal with. People just need to make decisions, keep themselves safe.